Um. Oh yeah, I got something else to do on the ad that we can talk about today too. But I'll just bring it up because it's not like super crazy. We don't have
Sure.
to talk about it when I do bring it up. But today, uh, is February the 28th. It's the last day in Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
But Black History for us is every day because we make history. Fuck y'all. Say nah. But this is
Boom,
episode
boom.
nine.
I ain't gonna lie, I be saying
What?
shit like that, yo. Like I be like, look, I make Black History every
No real
fucking
shit.
day.
Kanye said it. I think it was Kanye. He had it in the lawn. He's like, I make. He's like, what the fuck did he say? He's like, "Oh, I'm mad. I can't remember, but it was literally along the lines of what I just said. It was literally along the
Yeah,
lines of what I just said. But
I feel you.
yeah, this is episode 9 of the Just Friends podcast.
Yes, sir.
This is Juice, aka the Juice Rules, Boneless Nuggets, AMBM Juice, Professor Hitbox,
Oh, hello, I'm returned. Hello.
Fight Stick University Discord coming soon.
Wait, what did you just say?
Fight Stick
We're
What did
starting.
you?
University.
We started.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they was like, nigga, what did you just say? What did he just say? Alright, to my left and right of me, respectively. I don't know where y'all at in the room, but
All
y'all.
right, we gotta really have designated spots. I'm gonna be the left, X gonna be the
Gonna be
right.
the
Like
right.
that,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
Then how
We,
I'm supposed to say that? Because now I got to go like to
But
my.
we just rotate like
Well, if we
musical
go,
chairs.
yeah, like
cheers. All
yeah.
right, bet.
All right. All right, yeah. All right, so you know me, I go by Palm, aka Palm215, aka Mr. We here. Get the water. You can follow me on everything at Palm215, except for Twitter _Palm215. I gotta shoot whoever got regular Palm215 on Twitter. But yeah, we here. We in the building. And to the right,
It's your boy Red X2213. You already know we live and direct from the 215. This your boy, the Urban Ninja, Professor X, all that good shit. We here, we live, and it's episode 9. So what we gonna get into today is about that bitch ass trailer that Capcom decided to show off.
oh
It was
man.
40 seconds of look at my sweat glands, and we also have E here.
Hell yeah,
E,
look
you
at my
could
dick.
before we say anything, because I ain't want to get off of that.
Yo, come
E's here
on,
as well.
bro.
They gave bro, they gave that nigga a bulge,
This is
bro.
this is gonna be the rawest
Oh,
fucking episode we done made. So listen, this is
oh
my man's
man.
E. E is here as well.
Yeah.
He's here.
Yo,
He's in the
what's
back,
up,
but
folks?
he's
What's
here.
up?
We in the building.
He in the building. So pretty much today we're gonna be talking about Street Fighter 6 and that bitch ass trailer they decided to drop.
Uh-huh.
So my favorite thing about this whole thing is we're gonna name this fucking episode Judgment Day. The reason why we're gonna name this episode Judgment Day is because that particular trailer has a release date, which is it's an announcement of another announcement, first of all, which is fucking dumb. And they made us wait for this countdown for this stupid shit. And we were all hyped for a little bit, trying to think of what the fuck it is. That's the best part is the guessing game of it. But it was going to be released
The
on
50-50
Capcom.
was real.
Real shit. And it was released on pretty much like Capcom's Pro Tour thing or whatever the fuck they was doing that day. And I'm just like, all right, well, there's got to be a fighting game then. So they showed off this collection, and then they showed the Magnus Opus, as they like to call it, the Street Fighter 6. And I'm just like,
But let's
mm,
let's
Hmm.
let's talk about the positive before we talk about the
Nah, fuck it.
negative.
Let's get straight
no,
to
fuck
nitty
No,
that.
no,
We
gritty.
no,
get
no,
straight.
no,
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 Hold
no,
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 on,
no, no,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold
Fuck
on,
all
hold
that.
on.
no, no. Listen,
It's
listen,
Street
listen.
Fighter. What is the positive?
No, 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 no,
Facts.
no,
Right.
no, 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 no.
All
But
crush
like the
counters
collection,
today.
we can't just ignore the collection. Like the
Oh no,
collection.
no, 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 no. We're
Man,
going to
fuck that
ignore the
collection.
collection. We're
No, it
going.
can't.
I
No,
No,
said
no,
it.
no,
no,
no, no, no, no,
no,
no, no.
no,
We're
no,
going to
no, no,
ignore
no.
the collection right now because of one
What?
reason.
No, so we can talk
Because
about
of
it
one
later.
reason. We'll talk about it afterward. But let's get the Street Fighter 6 shit out the ways because
Yeah.
fuck all that. Because that collection shit don't really matter, but it matters, but it don't matter. So let's get into the Street Fighter.
That's the
So look.
fluff.
That's the bullshit. Yeah, that's what led into the you're getting something good and it's gonna lead you into here Street Fighter 6. No, fuck that. That's the
Yeah.
wool
Yeah,
over the sheep's eye. I ain't here for that. So pretty
yeah.
much what's going on, right? I had this conversation with Palm Juice and everybody in the PS4 party, even telling Reek about this, calling niggas day to day. This is how OD I am about this shit when it comes to Capcom and this bullshit. So pretty much you can call it what you want to call it. But when Capcom comes back, y'all niggas start sucking the shit out of their dick. I don't care what nobody say, how they feel, how this, and the third. Y'all done proved it every single time. I've been in this shit since 08, 09, whatever. It don't matter. I love Capcom too, but I'm not going to sit here and say these niggas are the best. They done did all this stupid shit. They've done a lot of dumb shit, and still y'all keep running back to these niggas. Like, y'all don't realize this is the
Can I
most
hoop off the
toxic
backboard real quick?
relationship.
Can I
Go
hoop
ahead.
off the backboard? Yo,
I'll
facts
leave.
because, dog, yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I seen so many be like, yo, the game's gonna be so good. You didn't even fucking see gameplay. How can you say
Nada.
that? How can you say that? You didn't
40
even see
seconds.
no gameplay. None.
40.
The only thing we could be like is, and I've been seeing this that's a good thing. I'm not talking. Well, fuck it. I'll mention that one good thing right now. The only thing we can say is that the game maybe might have some type of groove system. Cause when Luke with the punch, it looked like Street Fighter 6, and when Ryu with the punch, it looked like Street Fighter 4. So maybe that's like showing us the inspirations of what they're taking from to make this or some shit like that. But other than that, nobody can really be like, oh, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be great. Did you see that on that Unreal Engine? That Unreal Engine didn't mean a fucking thing. Cause let's keep it a beam. RE Engine, amazing. Resident Evil 2 remake, great. Resident Evil 3 remake, garbage. RE Engine. So like, come on. Like
Dumb
we
and
gotta
cross-eyed.
dial that
all
shit
right.
down a little bit. Like,
And then let me get my perspective of this, right? I'm watching the trailer, right? And I'm like, they did not just give us a 2K like reveal for Street Fighter for a fighting
Yeah.
game.
they show sweat.
It-
They
This
show
didn't
Ryu's
make
crotch,
no
bro.
sense.
I'm not cool with that.
This didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, why the fuck am I looking at veins, sweat glands, and you showing this nigga feet? Oh, he finally got sandals. I'm
Fact.
looking at Luke's arm. I'm looking at all of this. We got a fucking 2K like trailer, and then not to mention the fucking artwork of the fucking title of
It's
the game.
trash.
That's the shit
It's
that niggas used to
trash.
Trash.
draw in high school. The little S
I'm
Trash.
like,
John.
yo,
Trash.
y'all
Fuck.
couldn't put together a good fucking artwork. Like y'all really being lazy, and then everybody eating this shit up or
They're
whatever.
talking. The only thing that niggas came together with was that fucking logo.
Yep.
Everybody
That's
was busting
it.
on the logo. That was it.
It's like, and then it's like, yo, I don't know if the reaction that we saw was that was going on during the trailer or after. Either way, shit looked fake.
It was.
Why the hell? Like, why the hell is Shorty holding up a chair? Like, it ain't even that serious. Like, I'm be real with you. Like, Nick, what was like, if I'm gonna be completely honest, people could say whatever the fuck they want to say about Leroy Smith. When we got that Leroy Smith trailer, that was a holding up a chair moment.
Who wanna get this work? You wanna
That
get this work?
that was a
That shit was
holding up a
hype.
chair. That shit was hype. Even when we
Best
got the
character in the
fucking
game.
Ninja
Facts.
Turtles when we got the
Oh,
Ninja
that was
Turtles for
hype too.
Injustice 2,
Injustice. Yeah.
that was fucking holding the chair worthy. This shit was not that. Come
Nah,
on
real
now.
shit.
This shit was just a fucking CGI trailer of what they look like, not gameplay, not no hype, not nothing different. It's just
Nope.
CGI. That's
Yep.
it. Then a bullshit ass fucking artwork, and then motherfuckers going fucking crazy or whatever. Nobody's being honest, and it just led me to feel like y'all could take over after this. It just led me to feel like Grassroots is done.
Nah, real shit.
Grassroots is done, except for older fighting games. Grassroots is done. This is where it's at. Everything is completely esports now.
Real shit. And then
Yeah.
the fucked up part about that whole thing is while we're sitting there watching this shit, I'm just like, yo, they really eating this shit up. Motherfuckers on Twitter is getting hype, saying this might be the best game ever. There's no gameplay, bro. Like, where are we going with this? Like,
Yeah,
so
like,
my whole thing is why I'm calling this shit Judgment Day is because everybody that wasn't playing Street Fighter 5 anymore during the pandemic, rather, let's call it that. I was gonna call it something else, but I'm gonna call it the dark pandemic of the greatest shit that ever happened that was gonna lead into some shit later on. But pretty much motherfuckers started playing other fighting games for once, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because it felt like looking at it from a perspective of an outside looking in, and people can hate me for this, or however I'm going to say this shit, but it is what it is. Looking in the perspective outside, because I fuck with a lot of people in the FGC that are like the pro players, not in a way like whatever. They decided to do what they wanted to do. That is on their own volition, and I understand it's their job. I get it completely. But to a certain degree, it seems like the helping all this shit didn't happen until the pandemic started. And to be honest, y'all could have been doing this from the gate.
Yeah.
And whatever y'all was doing now, y'all should have been doing it already. But
Facts.
y'all was too busy worrying about the esports shit. Then the third, but that's besides the point. Niggas gotta make money. I ain't mad at you. Now, my whole thing is what really is the issue is when it's Street Fighter 6 shit and why it's called Judgment Day is that summer 2022 date is when they're gonna reveal whatever else they're gonna reveal about this game. This is gonna make or break the FGC. And this is what I kept telling Palm and Juice and everybody. I was like, this is an important date of fucking the FGC. If they have learned anything as people, as the FGC community, the pro players, whoever, anybody that decided to hop in these other games because Street Fighter 5 is trash, this and the third, they done with it and decided to play Multi Blood, Guilty Gear, KOF, Mortal Kombat, whatever the fuck else came out around this time, and y'all decided to play with it. And the people that learned and helped y'all, and then they started to form over the Street Fighter 6, then we started doing a great thing where everyone is one community and we all still playing the same games and niggas is hopping in the Street Fighter 6 to try it. All right, cool. We have done the right thing. Now the community is in a sense where niggas is doing what they need to do. Niggas still playing the same exact games and older games or whatever the case. But if Street Fighter 6 come out and I don't see nobody else playing Guilty Gear, KOF, this and the third, y'all can all suck a dick. Because now
Facts,
y'all
yo.
just going Capcom's dick at this point and it don't make sense. Y'all like once they come back, y'all just like y'all forget.
And I'm calling
They
niggas
don't
out
give a
too.
fuck about y'all. Like it really doesn't make sense. That trailer don't mean shit. And if the gameplay is great, it looks great, I will eat my words. But I honestly want to be fucking wrong. But I feel like I'm gonna be fucking right. And I want to be wrong on purpose so they can prove and show that these niggas is what they are. Because every time Capcom comes back, y'all just fall back into that tendency, start sucking their dick and loving these niggas like it ain't shit. I love Capcom games, but I'm not gonna fault motherfuckers that's like, I'm gonna tell you some shit about these niggas. These niggas don't give a fuck. They don't. That should have showed you right there from that logo itself.
Facts. No, facts. Bro,
Like, fuck all that.
Pokemon fans have more fucking balls than Street Fighter fans. You know why? Because the Gen 9 reveal, top 10. I said top 10. Top tier. That Gen 9
Yeah.
reveal was really
Yeah,
fire.
it was.
I had niggas, I talked to people who was like, I don't even know. And I can't even be mad at them. I really can't because of what they've done. But it's like that's what I expected people to be. I'm not saying because I don't hate. Well, I don't have hate. That's number one. I want people to get the game fucked up, but I'm not expecting people to be like I hate the game because of Street Fighter 5. But I was expecting the people to be skeptical, like, all right, they didn't show me gameplay, so I just need to see gameplay. But this kind of looks
Facts.
cool. Niggas is literally saying the game's going to be amazing, and they ain't seen shit yet. You can't be like that. That's some cheap shit. I'm
Facts.
sorry, but that's like some cheap shit. You have to have your own perspective. You got to be willing. Sometimes you got to be willing to be the outlier in a situation. You just got to. You got to stand on your own morals. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to. Like, I'm
Nah,
being
I
that's
think
it.
honest. The real shit, like X, I'm telling you. I'm calling you niggas out too. If I like when this game come out, if y'all do what y'all did Street Fighter 5, I'm calling you niggas out. I don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
You don't
yeah,
gotta know
because
me. I'm calling you out.
I feel like that shit is trash because a lot of us, like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of us are really helping people get into some of these games and really coaching people because we wanted people to play these other games because they might enjoy it, because a lot of people stayed away from these games because they felt like it was too hard
Too
and
hard.
this, that, and the third. But if you motherfuckers is gonna blame it on it's being too hard and you playing the game and you're good at the game now and the next Street Fighter game come out and then y'all don't play the game no more, I'm gonna be pissed because it's like we wasted our time.
Yep.
It's like, and it's just like y'all really abandon other games that were good because Street Fighter came out, and I'm just like, this shit is
Mhm.
fucked up. It's just like this. It's just like, yo, like these games been good for a minute. It took a game like, and X said this shit back when Street Fighter 5 came out. He was like, it's gonna take Street Fighter to have a downfall for niggas to play other games, and it's true.
It's
And
fucked up.
that's
Now
I
you
mean,
facts.
it's
niggas,
fucked up. That's literally what happened with Street Fighter. I'm be real with you, and I know we talk about this shit all the time, but I'm gonna fucking say this shit on air, on live. If Street Fighter 5 had to be bad for the fighting games to move forward, because if it wasn't, niggas just would have kept doing what they doing with Capcom. Like if like
Mhm.
and that makes me mad because it shows the follower mentality that niggas have on the simple fact that the game had to be bad for niggas to for other fighting game. Well, on top of COVID, because I feel like COVID played a part in helping a lot of the other scenes grow because niggas is in the house, so they got no trees.
Yeah.
But it's like the Street Fighter 5 had to be bad for these other scenes to grow, but to see that a lot of people wasn't willing to try nothing else until Street Fighter Five. I get it, you love the game, but like don't stand the game because it's the same shit when fucking Marvel 3 came out. I spent all this extra manpower trying to get my hands on the game just to learn it. Just for them to fucking press X to launch. Like, you know how that shit was demoralizing. It's like, damn, like I really
Fact.
just learned how to do this shit to not be able to like use nothing of what I learned.
Yeah,
Real
I
shit.
You feel
think
what I'm saying?
I think
That's like playing Hyper. That's like if the first Fighters was Hyper, but then Hyper 2 was Fighters. It's like the fuck is this?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
Real shit.
I think the one of the worst parts of all of this is the fact that like I said, like I don't want to see people drop a game, and I feel like if anything, if anything, you don't want to play these games, but you're playing these games as a placeholder, don't do that shit. If anything, I respect you more if you just play Street Fighter 5 and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't come to these new games as that if that's your mentality. Don't come to these other games as that's your mentality. That's why I do respect the Tekken community when it come on to shit, because if they don't want to play other games, they're not gonna play another game that's a placeholder. They're gonna play Tekken, or they're gonna play some
niggas
shit
that's
they
playing
enjoy.
Tag 2 is still playing Tag 2.
Yeah, so it's just like don't play these new games just for a placeholder, and then as soon as the new Street Fighter game come out, you completely abandon it, because I don't abandon any game that I like. I play every single game that I like. The only time that I fall back from a
Mm.
game is if I'm super competitive in the game, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna play other games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I was competing in Tekken was my focus, but was I still playing Third Strike? Was I still playing other games? Yes. I
Yep.
wasn't playing them as much, but I still was playing them. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I didn't play all these other games too is because they wasn't at fucking tournaments.
Facts.
So what was I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But don't use these games as a fucking placeholder. And then when the new Street Fighter game come out, it's like, nah. Then that means that I wasted my time, X wasted his time, Juice wasted his time. All like other people that's in the
People that just
community,
helping other
yeah,
motherfuckers in the
other
community
people
wasting their
creating
time.
they creating fucking like creating how to play tutorials on how to play the game, wasted their time
Facts.
that been into the game since the game came out when it wasn't even on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted their time to help you learn the game for you to just be just dick riding off of Capcom.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that shit. I don't like the fact that we got a 2K like reveal for Capcom. I mean for Street Fighter 5. That shit was ass. But everybody want to act like this. Yeah, they look good. That's the best thing that we could say. They look good. When the fuck did we care so much about what something look besides gameplay?
In a
Like,
fighting
yeah,
game.
in a fighting game, we care more about what like some people are literally basing off what the game look like graphically
Mm-hmm.
on how the game plays. That don't
Real
make no
shit.
sense. You didn't even see what the game play like, but you're basing off of what it looked like. This game is gonna be great. And then what if it's trash? What if it's super duper stiff?
Yeah, no, real
Then
Facts.
what?
shit. No,
What
like
if the netcode? What if the netcode is super garbage? What if
Facts.
it's unplayable? What if the game is super bare bones?
all
What
right,
if the
Pop,
game?
can I get a down pass behind the back?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, yeah, that's no, thank you. That's why I'm reiterate again, because I know why people think the game. A lot of people think because it's in an RE engine, it's going to be good, but that don't mean nothing. Think about it like
Yeah.
this: I'm unpopular opinion. The best fighting games were fucking made with sprites and hand drawn. Those are the best fighting games. They're the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
They are the best ones, and
Yeah.
they're just hand drawn sprites. So like just because the game is done in some new graphics, all right, you know what? I'll give you wiggle room because I get it. They're using their engine, so they're gonna be working on it. That do make sense, but that don't mean that they're gonna do the right. That don't mean that they might necessarily do the right thing by it. You feel what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I know that's subjective because what's doing right by the game, making it a fun and enjoyable game for everybody.
And on
Heard.
top of that, and I know this is gonna hurt a lot of people, but to the motherfuckers that's hype and say this shit anyway, y'all should feel a fucking shame because Capcom didn't even care enough to give y'all a real actual trailer with great fucking artwork, but y'all want to get hype.
Yo, fat.
They didn't even give
Fat.
you
Yo,
a complete good trailer
yo,
with
Nope.
great
facts.
artwork. Like everything, think about when you see the sign Walmart or whatever. That shit actually has a good looking sign.
Yo, fat.
That
Yo,
Yeah.
shit, that
facts,
like think
bro.
about it. They didn't even they make millions. They make millions, probably billions off of us, and they couldn't even give you a good artwork at the end.
Pom,
They couldn't even. They didn't. Matter of fact, not that they couldn't. They didn't.
Pom,
No
They
shit.
they
can I get a
didn't.
pass off the backboard for a posterized?
You got it, bro.
Listen, no, this to piggyback off what you said. At least with
Facts.
Street Fighter 5 gave us. They didn't give us a fight, but they showed us in the game footage at least.
Yeah, and it was trash looking,
Yeah,
but
it
they at
was
least
trash
showed us
looking.
what it looked like
Yeah, we at least knew
of
what
what
we
they
was
had.
getting. Like, and it,
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? They couldn't even do that for this one. I would have been fine with them just showing Luke and Ryu, and you know what would have been cool if they would have. You know
A
would have
little
been
mini fight.
amazing? Not even a mini fight. And I swear, I'm telling you, bro, I need to be an A&R. Period. Because my ideas be. I'm telling you, this is what they should have did for the teaser, right? Teaser could have been the
Yeah.
same amount of seconds. They could have literally showed us. They could have added. All right, you know how the fights have intros. They could have
Yeah.
literally just made what one of their intros could have been, and then just ended it right there. That would have been hype.
True.
That would have been hype because now we saw gameplay. We got a taste of what you working on, and you showed us like some intro shit. So it was like, oh, so this kind of like the dialogue that they'll have or something. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could have gave us something like that, and just that'd have been cool. Like, but no, you wanna.
You know what's crazy? To piggyback off of that as well, we also seen Guilty Gear Strive gameplay, and they had that in their trailer,
They had gameplay in their trailer.
which is fucking crazy. Yeah, it looked stiff at the time, but at least we got to see what the fuck shit look like. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
no one is doing that. Like y'all just giving us these little 48 CGI shits, and we're just going off a glimpse of hope. Nah, nigga, show us something. I don't need this CGI shit. Like Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk was coming out, we haven't seen any gameplay. It was all CGI trailers. They would show the little gameplay bullshit, but I ain't want to watch that shit because I knew it was trash. You know why? Because I haven't seen 1 ounce of gameplay in none of the commercials and trailers and none of that shit.
That's a tall tale sign that the game might be trash.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
Your young gamers
they
know. Pay attention. When they don't show you, when they want you to be hyped for a game that you haven't even actually see gameplay of, 9 times out of 10 that game is not gonna be good when it comes up.
Yeah, if I'm wrong,
Hey,
then I'll
hey,
hold that. If I'm wrong, then I'll hold that. But
facts.
listen, like
no, you're
I'm
not
not
wrong.
like
I haven't said the damn thing. Give me 1 second. If I'm wrong, and cut you off, brother.
yeah, you good.
But like y'all said, I dead ass watched the trailer like 15 minutes ago. It dead ass is a 2K trailer.
Facts.
See?
Bro, they
bro,
showed
See?
the sweat.
bro,
Yeah.
listen, bro. That shit looks, based off of what I'm seeing, it looks like it's gonna play like a 2K game.
There
And
you
that's
go.
not good for a fighting game. That shit looks like it's gonna be visually amazing,
Mm-hmm.
yet the way it plays, it when that happens, it just feels like the games themselves don't play right. When they go too
Facts.
much on visuals,
Yes.
mechanics turn to shit. And like
Mm-hmm.
X said with Cyberpunk, I'm a motherfucker who put time into that game. I put time into a broken game. Like, I have 2 achievements left to get in that game. That's how much time I put into that bitch.
Facts.
And that game, if you don't have the patience to deal with it, that game you can't play it.
Mm-mm.
I haven't played in a while, so I don't know how it is
They
a
patched it.
year and some change later, but that's gonna show you something. And with the track record of Capcom, when that game starts getting updated, it's either going to get better with the visuals getting a little bit worse, or that game is just gonna completely be unplayable.
Facts.
And then Juice, remember when we had a conversation last summertime when when they said they decided or whatever to let go of Ono, right?
Mhm.
Now we're gonna see, was Ono really the problem or was Capcom? Now we're gonna see it
Facts.
because I said that shit. I said it's probably not.
Honestly, I feel like it's both of them at this point.
Like that. Remember, I said straight up, you was like, man, I don't know, like he left, but I was like, it might be a group thing.
Yeah.
You can't blame now. They can't now they can't blame Ono on shit. I could be wrong, and the gameplay could be fire, but
I need
like
gameplay.
they didn't give us gameplay, and then they gave us a bullshit ass fucking artwork. And then the fucking 2K reveal for fucking Street Fighter, and everybody's acting like, oh, this, like everybody's reacting like this shit was godlike as far as like the people that was in there, except for like maybe like 2 or 3 people that was just like, oh, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like everybody like, oh,
Street Fighter
banging. That shit,
6, when you
that
can
shit
see
was
the
not
hands in the
banging on the.
Hadouken.
That
Oh,
wasn't
very
like the
good.
banging on the table. That wasn't the banging on the table shit. That wasn't banging on the table worthy. That wasn't holding the chair up worthy at all. That wasn't that at all. Like a trailer like that, to be honest, like it would probably a trailer like that to be like CGI like that, or just for us to get something like that would had to be to me, would had to be a game we didn't see in a minute, like Rival Schools or some shit like that. Where we can
Facts.
get excited for because we
Facts.
haven't seen it in a
Seen it
fucking
in
minute.
fucking
That would
wow.
have been acceptable.
Not
That would have
not
been
this.
acceptable.
We
And if
are
that was
currently
Darkstalkers, it would
yeah.
have made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this was that, then cool. Then I can be amped. Like I can speculate on what the game could be like. No, this is y'all running franchise.
Facts.
Show us fucking gameplay. Give us good artwork. Come on now. Like, what are you doing? Like, they didn't give us a complete anything, and everybody's getting hyped. They don't give you complete shit. Like, if they don't give me complete anything, how can I even get excited for it? It couldn't
Real
even give
shit.
me good artwork. I don't like Street Fighter 5, but the artwork is fire.
Yeah.
Come on now, like y'all. And then
It don't
all of y'all are
make
just
sense.
like, I'm just saying, if I'm wrong about the game, then cool, but I don't see it. I see grassroots leaving as far as the main stage. The grassroots
Yeah.
is always gonna be with the older fighting games. That's why I'm sticking with it. Y'all can have this shit. I'm cool. Like y'all can have this shit. Like make your money, but at the same time, I'm all about community. But I look
Mhm.
at it like this, right? All of this shit going on is looking like people are getting paid to react on. That's what it's looking like. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it's looking like. People are getting paid to react. That CGI trailer that they didn't even care enough to give y'all good artwork, but y'all gonna sit here and say that this is gonna be a great game. And then
Facts.
I'm like, nah, like I'm cool. Like they putting everything. It's like they're putting everything before the gameplay. Everything is being like they don't care about artwork. They're just gonna be super hyped. Think about it. They don't even care about artwork. They're just gonna be super hyped just to see it's another Street Fighter game. That's all we gotta do is just put the street. Let's give Ryu some sandals. Let's show off the fucking veins in their arms and this, that, and the third. And then watch, they're gonna get hyped. We don't need to give them gameplay. Just watch how it's gonna happen. And look at y'all
Facts.
looking stupid as shit.
Suck it on Capcom's dick.
Looking stupid as shit.
Capcom
And and
wars,
and then,
man.
and then Punk brought up a great. Punk brought up a great. He brought up something great, and I hope this doesn't happen. But if this shit happens,
Hmm.
I am gonna be furious. He said, "What if they make Ken DLC?"
Yo, if they make my man's DLC, I'm not buying that shit, bro. I'm like, listen, if the game is great, they make my character DLC, I will never fucking play that game again. They done made
Because
Guile DLC,
yeah,
E Honda DLC. Y'all done made niggas like even Tekken did it. I'm tired of y'all making motherfuckers that's supposed to be in the game and been in the game for franchises antithesis owners and the mainstays and their main characters, and you're making them fucking DLC. Stop doing that shit. Like that shit has to come to an end. Guilty
yeah,
Gear is doing it too, and that shit is irritating me too. Because Biken's been in the game since the very first Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Regardless, she was a secret hidden character, but it doesn't matter. After that, she was a staple in every fucking Guilty Gear. Stop making characters that are, oh, we get you hyped because you might see your character come back. Niggas was getting hyped for Tekken 7, and we forgot about this. That Eddie probably wasn't even gonna make it into the game at one point. Nor was fucking Jin gonna make it in the game, but niggas didn't know yet. We didn't know what characters was gonna get put into Tekken 7. And they was like legacy characters. Like that didn't make sense. Why are we getting hyped for C characters that should be already in the game, a staple already?
yeah,
That don't make sense to me. That shouldn't be a marketing point. Them niggas that should be already in the game should be niggas that been here since Tekken 1, 2, 3, 4, Street Fighter 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the fuck.
yeah,
Like, I shouldn't be buying characters that should be already in the game. Just so
yeah,
y'all can change them just a little bit. Like, okay. But if you're gonna do that, make a brand new batch of characters with mixed in with the older ones that we haven't seen in forever, not characters that we done seen in the last iteration already. That don't make sense. Like, that don't make sense. It doesn't. It really fucking doesn't. And that
I
shit
just
is dumb.
yeah, I just think that they need to like, man, like if this is what it's going to be, like I said, like everything is going to be super esports. Like nothing is grassroots no more. Everything is just about like some Hollywood shit. I'm cool off that. Like I'm cool off that. Like I'll be playing KOF 15 for fun because I really enjoy the game. That's the best game out right now.
Yeah.
Like that as far as new games, that and Guilty Gear Strive is the best new games out. So
Yeah.
it's like if y'all not gonna stick with that game or whatever, like shit, I might end up calling y'all out too. I just don't have the energy for the bullshit because I'm focusing on older fighting games. I'm focusing on building certain shit and what else I'm focusing on too is just trying to bring more eyes to Chaos Code because I think Chaos Code is getting an update. So
Yeah.
I want like they're getting that update. So if they're really getting that update, I'm gonna try to build more eyes on that game because that game has a lot of creativity that a lot of these games are missing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like KOF 15 has a whole lot of creativity. It has a whole lot of shit. The only thing I don't like is the auto combo system, but that game is fire and I'm seeing everybody play it. But
Mm-hmm.
like we said, I don't want the game to get to I don't want people to fall off the game just because Street Fighter 6 came out. And
Real
it's just
shit.
like, damn, like y'all played this shit for no reason.
Real shit.
Y'all played this shit for no reason. And it's wild because I don't even be seeing people play the new Melty Blood no more. I understand the game ain't good, but it's like y'all can still play the older one.
Facts.
Y'all can still play the older one.
Nope.
It's
They're not
ten
gonna do that
times
shit.
10 times better than that one.
It
Yeah, so
is.
And it's not even
I
like,
mean
and
we
it's not
watch
my
I
personal
mean we
preference.
watch
Like
no, it's
it's
not because think about it. We watched the tournament. Think about it. When we watched that we watched the offline tournament of niggas playing the older Melty Blood game.
Yeah.
Niggas was
That
hype.
shit was dope.
Niggas was hype. Niggas was playing. Niggas didn't care about the newer one. They was like, nah, we gonna play the older one.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fire. That shit was dope. Like it was, and it was that feel that like it was that feel that I needed to. That's that feel that I need to see or that I need to feel when a fighting game is being played. A lot of these new fighting games is lacking that shit.
Yep.
They're
It's
lacking.
that old feeling of the tournaments from 09 up to 2013, 15.
Yeah,
That like when I was watching next level heavy and Wednesday night fights heavy, where there used to be beefs and shit, when there used to be people actually going all out, when people used to really be fucking going there just to see how great they were, not because of the money.
yeah,
It was like, yo, I'm the best, da da da. Not even on some cocky shit. I feel like I'm the best. I want to see how I stand in this shit. So let's go here. I'm gonna go to the next level. We're gonna see how we do.
yeah,
Boom. We go to Wednesday night fights because we all there playing a game that we love. It wasn't even about nothing else. And then when
yeah,
the tournaments came, you seen the fruit of their labor for them going to all them locals. They
yeah,
was just going ham after that. They going harder than that. They doing all this crazy shit that they probably could never do because they was learning shit from other motherfuckers. They was talking to people. They was figuring shit out. They was
yeah,
doing. They went through the motions. They going to getting their ass whipped at they locals. Going to da 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 da. Like you know what I mean. There's a lot of shit that led into that, but none of
yeah,
that shit exists because, like how we said last time, I think we had a conversation about this last night. And about the Dragon Ball John with the Punk situation, they put the Wanted John on them to take them down, to give more shit that
yeah.
give them hype, bringing hype into your game, like shit like that. Esports don't even want you to do that.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
it's
they want to
weird.
build
Like
they want to build up on their shit. They don't care. And that's what people gotta understand. Esports don't care about the community. So y'all gotta really like y'all could do whatever y'all want to do. But to do it in a smart way, y'all really have to treat it like a partnership and not like at like an end all be all and let them take over because that's what's going on right now. As far as
yeah,
like all of the new fighting games, esports is taking over that shit, and y'all don't even see it. Not even y'all don't see it, y'all see it, and y'all just don't care. It seemed like
yeah,
because it's like all these new games, all these new games is like everything is like the glitz, the glamour, all of this shit. And it doesn't have that grassroots feel. It doesn't have that feel of I want to beat you or whatever. A nigga said that they want to play the new League of Legends games because they want to get to like 50. They want to place at 55 and still get paid $5,000.
facts.
They don't give a fuck. Y'all really don't give a fuck about competition or fighting games. Y'all give a fuck about money. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't give a fuck about community. Y'all don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I understand. Like I want people to do what they love and then make a living off what they love. Yes. But with me making a living, what I understand with me making a living off what I love, community still comes first.
Facts.
Community still comes first. It doesn't matter how much money I make. I still love my community and I will put money into the community. I will support as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Every time that I do see that my locals is having something, if I can't go, I watch. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
shit.
Because I want to support the grassroots, the locals, that way people could get better to become something or whatever. It's just like I feel like with these new games, like That's all it is. Everything is becoming super corporate, and I want people to I want people to be able to make money off gaming, but I don't want the essence to die.
Real
I
shit.
I don't want the essence of it to die. I don't want the community of it to die because yeah, I go to tournaments, but I don't only go to tournaments to play the game. I go to tournaments because of the feel of it, because of the camaraderie. Yeah, like we're playing against each other, but it's still the camaraderie, the fun, the grassroots. The grassroots is what to me makes it dope. Not like the glitz and glamour, and then we gotta act like this, and we have to be like this, and nah, be yourself. It's just like like that trailer wasn't. That trailer was not that. It was not all of that for you to be acting like that. It was not
No, real shit.
like it was not all of that. If you put that trailer next to Leroy Smith's trailer, there's no way that that shit is that. Like, cause I look at like I said, I look at it like a trailer. Leroy Smith is me holding like the seat up. That's what Leroy Smith trailer is. And if you go watch Leroy Smith's trailer and then go watch that Street Fighter trailer, tell me which trailer is better.
Facts.
You tell me which trailer is actually better.
It's gonna be the Tekken 7 one.
Yeah, like, come on now, like
come
come on now.
on.
That's not no.
Like, and I know we shouldn't compare the two games because it's different shit, but it's the truth.
It's
Because
the truth. It's like yo, like y'all didn't give us. Y'all gave us like like y'all giving us like your continuing franchise that niggas is still playing. It's not like it's a franchise of a game that we haven't seen in a long time.
and we
That
already
makes
knew
sense.
6 was coming. Like we
We
knew
are
6 was coming for like 2 years and some change now, bro. Like we knew this already. If it was rival school, like all right, so look, if Batsu was out there, sneakers getting tied up, blue jumpsuit, put the gloves on, all that 3D shit, nigga, I'd have been hyped.
I would have been hyped too.
Like,
I would have been
I'd
like,
have been hyped.
that would have made
Shit.
sense, and then we can all, and then that would be a dope marketing too because then we can speculate what the game's gonna be like. That makes sense.
Facts.
That makes sense. But this shit don't make no fucking sense because niggas is already playing Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6.
Well, 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga was already playing Street Fighter pretty
Street
much.
Fighter 5. Niggas is already playing Street Fighter 5, so Street Fighter 6 having a trailer, it's like
It's like, okay, we already knew this was coming.
yeah.
It's like Call of Duty. We know it's coming every year. Well, not this one, but we know it's coming every year, pretty much. So at this point, like Mortal Kombat, we know you're gonna make a new Mortal Kombat. It may not be this year, it may not be another year, but you're making another Mortal Kombat eventually. So I'm not gonna get too hyped for it, but I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. Like that's how I feel about Street Fighter 6 at this point. Okay, yeah, 6, but I'll check it out. All right, and y'all just showed us some bullshit that we ain't really need to see, and it's just like, all right, you made an announcement of an announcement though, like. You could have just waited till the summer. If you really wanted to, you could have literally just shot that logo and just told niggas wait till summer 2022. Legitly, that's all they could have really did. After the Darkstalker shit, they really could have just showed the logo and just had that coming summer 22 shit and for more info. Niggas would have been mad at the logo the entire time, and that's what they probably was going to do, but they noticed they had to show something that it was going to be like, oh, look, it's going to be different. Nah, bro. That shit is whack, dog. That shit is really whack. For real. And this shit don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
But to go on to that dumbass collection, even though it's not dumb, it is still kind of dumb because the Dogstalkers thing, half of these people that don't know what Dogstalkers are, this is new generation, they don't know what the fuck it is. I put Puzzle Fighter in there. I put Hyper Street Fighter 2 in it. Like, I don't even know what the fuck else is in that shit. The Puzzle Fighter John is dope and all that. But I'm going to be honest with you. Half of us is already playing this shit on Fightcade with GGPO. Y'all put GGPO in this shit already, but y'all want us to buy a collection that got like what? Like it has Red Earth. Don't nobody play Red Earth. Cyberbots. All right, cool. Dogstalkers 1, 2, 3. We even got the ones that didn't release and shit like that went in Japan. Hyper Street Fighter 2. Okay, and Super Gym Fighter and Puzzle Fighter. The fuck I'm supposed to do with that? Like
Well,
it's good.
say that.
It's good, yes. But what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Like, this is not even all of Capcom. This is a portion of Capcom. So you can't even call it a fighting collection. And let me guess, you're going to release a Capcom fighting collection too that's going to have what? Batsu and all the other shit on there. Like, whatever else they came out around this time. It's going to have Third Strike. You can't even do that no more because you got the Street Fighter collection. So, you see what I'm saying? So, what are we doing with these collections here?
And a question,
People
right?
still going to buy them.
All right, it's like you said, it's called the Capcom Fighting Collection, right? Why is there 3
Yeah.
versions of Darkstalkers? Number one, you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Where's Where's Rival Schools?
That's a 3D game. Well, that can't even be in here because what they're trying to do is CBS 2 and CBS 3 shit. But there's only
Okay.
one CBS 3 game that's on here, and that's fucking Red Earth.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like I said, who the fuck plays Red Earth? No offense to Red Earth or Warzard, because that's what it's
It
really
never came
called.
to America. That's the thing.
I
Like
think it did.
it did.
It should have, but no one played it. That's the first CBS 3 game that led into Street Fighter 3. So it should be important. Yes, it should be in a collection. But why, like how you said, why is it 3 Darkstalkers versions? Like there's 4 or 5 Darkstalker games in here. Instead of it being Darkstalkers 1, 2, the definitive versions of all those, and Darkstalkers 3. No one cares about the ones that was in between, like Night Warriors, because I understand where those are from. And I get those are like the ones that didn't come out in America, but no one gives a fuck, because those are
Oh,
just
it's
like the
5
updates.
Darkstalkers games. I wasn't looking.
It's 5 Darkstalker games
Yeah,
in
why
there.
is it 5? Yeah.
All they needed to do was give us Vampire Savior 2, give us the first one and 3. That's it. And then have other games in there that's not from Darkstalkers in there.
Yeah.
And
They
it's
literally
deceiving.
added puzzle fighters and gem fighters in there.
This is deceiving too, cause like we could look at this and be like, oh shit, that mean that they making Darkstalkers because they put 5 of them on here. No, they just put 5 Darkstalkers game in this collection.
Like
Yeah,
I get why they did it, but it doesn't make sense.
It
Yeah,
just
like
I think it's dope in a way because it gets certain people into Darkstalkers that probably never played it before, or other games that they never played before. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of them releasing like Street Fighter 2 every fucking 5 years. But I
yeah,
understand.
it's hyper
But it's
Street
like
Fighter 2. Why don't you just
it,
give people the Street Fighter 2 collection? It is, which is literally, it's literally
bro.
the CV. You know what I'm talking about? The CVS 2 John Street Fighter 2. Where you can pick a different Street Fighter 2 version of the character.
yeah,
That
yeah, they
John.
could,
Yo,
yeah, they
this
could,
is dumb.
yeah. It's like the collection I understand because it's like they're trying to. It's like they're still trying to cater to the OGs in a way, but it's like just like you said, we still got Fight Cade, but I don't want them to look at shit if shit don't go well and they fuck around and try to shut down Fight Cade. I don't
Man,
want
that's
that
on
to
their
happen.
fault.
Yeah, I don't
Cause
want them to shut down Fight Cade.
that's their
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
Like that's legitly on them at this
yeah,
point because you legitly released Darkstalkers, right? Night Warriors. That's the same game, but they just released the updated version. It's Darkstalkers 1.5. That's what that is. Vampire Savior, which is literally Vampire Savior, which is Darkstalkers 1. But just another update. Like it's then you got Vampire Hunter 2, which is another total fucking thing, but it's literally Darkstalkers 2, which is literally Darkstalkers 1, but just 2.5. And then you got Vampire Savior 2, which is literally just Darkstalkers 3. So for all that, like I said, why the fuck didn't they just not just take out Darkstalkers 1, just put Vampire Savior 1 and motherfucking Darkstalkers 2 and then 3? Why give us the iterations that led into it? It's not a whole if it was Darkstalkers collection, it would have made sense.
yeah.
But this is not a Darkstalkers collection. It's a Capcom fighting collection. That don't make sense. It doesn't. And then I get why they put them in there because people didn't play all these certain ones, but those versions have different shit that don't work and certain shit that's not really in there from the ones that we used to play in.
Yeah.
So why add the extra other shit that no one's gonna play? Yeah, they all online, but don't nobody play all the other ones. Niggas literally only play 3. They literally only play 2, and they probably play like one of them fucking Vampire Hunter joints that's in between somewhere. But niggas mostly play 3 and probably 2. That's literally it. So what was the point? Literally, what was the fucking point? And then they gave us the anniversary edition of Hyper Street Fighter 2 that came out in 04. Why is this on here? Why wasn't this in the Street Fighter 2 joint? Like, or the Street Fighter collection? Why is this in here? Super Gen Fighters? All right, whatever. I'm cool on that. Pocket Fighters? Whatever. Puzzle Fighters in here. Why is Puzzle Fighters in here? That's not a fighting game. I know it's kind of like one, but it's not a fighting game. It's a fucking puzzle game with fighting elements in it.
All right, yeah, Cyberbots been in here. That's a good.
Cyberbots make sense. Red Earth is kind of a fighting game, but it's like a
Yeah.
beat 'em up joint.
That's
fight
good
bosses
too
and
because
shit.
you know what I'm saying, like I feel like you know what I'm saying that game probably should have been remastered or something. by
That
itself.
collection is trash, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
I
ain't gonna
can't
lie.
really say nothing good about it. The
Like,
only thing that's good about it
yo,
is all of them was online in GGPO. That's it.
no cap.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm literally playing all these fighting games right now on Fightcade. Like no cap.
Facts.
Like literally like. So it's like there's
Yeah,
no point in me buying it. Like
but I don't. But that's the thing. I don't like because I understand what could possibly happen. So if nobody buys it, I don't want them to be like, oh, since nobody buying it, all right, cool. This
They
we
said
gonna
that
do.
last time.
They gonna shut. I
Yeah,
don't
but
want
that's
them to
not
shut.
fair. But
They
that's
said
not
that.
I
They
don't
fair
said
want
that
though.
them.
last
I
time.
don't want.
It's
I
not
don't want them to
fair.
shut. I don't. Even though I don't feel like. Even though I feel like there's no point of buying this shit because I could just. Because I feel like they're late. Like I'm be honest. I feel like they're late as fuck.
They're not
Niggas
late.
already. No, they are late because niggas already
No,
figured out an optimal way to play all these games. So
they're
why the
not
fuck?
late. They've been doing this collection shit for years. They've been
Yeah.
doing this since 2004.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, listen, yo, they're not late. They know what the fuck they're doing. I'm not. They told us if we didn't buy Darkstalkers Resurrection, we wouldn't got anything else with Darkstalkers. Y'all made a trailer that had Darkstalkers looking like in Street Fighter 4. The trailer is on YouTube. You can find it. Fuck Capcom. They know what the fuck they're doing. Fuck all that. I'm not buying something where it's no point. Because you're gonna make this be like the reason why Darkstalkers isn't selling because you didn't buy the Capcom Fighting Collection. But what's in the Capcom Fighting Collection that's really worth me buying? Exactly. like what the fuck is the point?
Oh, all right,
If it's
Raiders.
like
I say that's it for me. Raiders. That's the
Raiders, you
Red
got
Cyberbots. That's it.
Cyberbot.
And maybe the puzzle game because it got rollback and you can play people online
But
with it.
how many times have they done released all them shits? They released Cyberbots many of times,
Oh, they
even on
have.
PS1.
Oh, that's I'm tripping. Yeah,
Yes,
it's in the
PS3.
Capcom collection, John. The beat 'em
It's
up,
in the
John,
beat
ain't
'em
it?
up collection. But that one that's in there, that's the actual game.
Oh yeah, that's
That
the
one
actual
is the
first.
one with Jin fighting and everything. So
Yeah.
that's like the after that shit. So it's one of them Johns where it's like I get why they put this in here. But at the same time, yeah, they all got GGPO, but niggas can play this already. Where it's a community that's more bigger than this. People that's willing to play it with a community and more people that are willing to play said games. Yeah, we're putting it on more consoles and shit. I get it. It's GGPO, but who's really gonna play the shit? Because once we get it, how many niggas is really gonna play it? How many niggas gonna stay on it? How many niggas gonna be on this shit when everybody's on Fightcade?
Yeah.
You can't say that like I get what you're coming from, but they've been doing this shit since forever. They gonna keep saying the reason why shit ain't working is because niggas ain't buying shit. No, niggas ain't buying it because you're putting out half-ass garbage bullshit. That's what the fuck it is. Even that 30th collection is bullshit on the low. For real. Because if you put all this shit online for that, you should have did the fucking same for the Street Fighter thing. And y'all knew that, but y'all only chose 4 fucking games. Nah, bro. As much as I don't like Street Fighter 1, I would have had fun playing that shit online because it was dumb. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. Yeah, but I would have had fun playing it.
Facts.
2, all the other Street Fighters, especially Alpha 2, fuck yeah, I'd have loved playing it online. But you know where I gotta go to play that online? Fightcade.
Yeah.
No DC or some shit. With people that's actually playing it at a competent level. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get why they're doing these to reiterate and put people back in it, and it's a nostalgia blind and all that other shit. Yeah, it sounds good. But y'all been putting out these collections for years. People still don't buy them. Because when they buy them, y'all say something like, oh, this is the reason why it don't work. No, that's because y'all don't want to fucking do it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. Stop basing shit off of that, because that's not the case. That is not the fucking case.
I'm about to say, ain't the Darkstalkers boy making Monster Hunter games now?
I don't know who's where at, but all I know is that the nigga, that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. So to piggyback off of that, bro, if they are using this fucking RE engine for Street Fighter 6, they better get the nigga that did DMC, because that nigga wants to make a fighting game. Y'all not utilizing him to his best ability, and that shit doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Every time someone talks to him about like fighting games, and that man has made CVS 2, Rival Schools. He done made all the hit Capcom Jones. He has proven himself many of times with DMC, because he took over during 2 when it went to a pragmatic state and told niggas, he literally told Capcom his fucking self that, yo, if y'all make another DMC, I want to make the third one, because what happened with that second one, I don't want to be known as that. He literally said that, and you know what happened after that? DMC 3 was one of the greatest Devil May Cries, and it changed the fucking franchise forever.
Yep.
Ever since then, 5 is the greatest fucking game he made. And you know why it runs, and you know why it feels good? Because it feels like a fucking fighting game. He done proved himself. He done saved y'all from a lot of bullshit, but y'all got him working on something else that makes y'all money. Where the biggest thing y'all having problems with is y'all fighting game division. Why aren't the people that's in the fucking areas that want to make it, and every time interviews ask him, are you down to make a fighting game? He literally says, yeah, if Capcom was down, I would do it in a heartbeat. He wants to make a fighting game. Put him in the fucking position to do so. Make him a fucking director. Make him work on that shit. Make him put the games back where it's at. Cause maybe you know why he knows what the fuck is fun. And that shit irritates the fuck out of me. And it don't make no sense. And he ain't even know I use the RE engine. So that's a nigga that you should go to for this, right? But are they gonna do that? Probably the fuck not. But they had to pay another guy there. That don't mean shit. He came from the old DMC team, yes. But he's been at fucking Platinum for how long? And now he's here? Yeah, no, that don't sit well with me. It is what it is, but y'all can keep sucking Capcom dick. I'm cool. Fuck all that. Like, as much as I love Capcom, I know the faults and I see stupid shit like this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll take it back. I apologize, all that shit. If the game is great, all right, cool. But if it's shit still, I'm not playing it. If it look like shit when we see it, I'm tell you it's shit. I'm cool. Y'all can keep that shit, dog. Y'all can really keep that shit. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is Judgment Day. That summer 22 is gonna fucking show y'all. It's gonna fucking ruin the FGC, or it's gonna finally show y'all what the fuck it really is. And that's how I'm keeping it. Oh the fuck well. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's real
I'm
shit,
glad I don't play fighting games no more.
bro. Bro.
so glad.
But it's not just fighting games. It's every fucking game, bro. And that's the
Oh,
bad
I
part.
know.
And it's like Sport Games is going through it. Fucking AAA titles is going through it. Every fucking game is going through it. But yet niggas are still gobbling it. And I just be like, yo, y'all don't realize, like, if you really just stop falling for the stupid shit, y'all all saying the same thing in these comments, giving it a 1.0, 2 point, whatever. It's getting the shittiest ratings ever, but y'all still buying it.
I'm about to say, honestly, there's plenty of games that are like that. Like,
Facts.
Madden fucking sucks. I love playing Madden, but Madden's fucking horrible. And I still play it.
Nah.
Call of Duty is fucking horrible.
Yes.
I don't play it.
He's like, I don't play. It's like it's a bunch of games. It's like
I
it's a
about to
lot
say
of
For
new.
Honor, everybody shitted on For Honor when it first came out. Garbage game, bad. Play
I
that
love that
shit.
game.
Play it. Play it. I still play it to
Yo,
today. You feel what I'm saying?
For Honor is actually a pretty decent game. I suck at it, but you know what? It's a pretty
Same.
decent game.
Yeah, like, and you saying it had a rough patch. It had a rough
Oh, it
patch,
do?
man.
No?
Yeah.
But they don't have
Maybe.
Baja Blast? Oh, no Baja Blast. Fuck it, give me the
Damn.
Sweet Lightning then. I'll try that shit out. I'll go with Mountain Dew for a little bit. I haven't had Mountain Dew in a long time.
Oh man, it's
Did
gonna taste like
you?
acid.
Damn.
It is acid, not taste
I
like it.
know.
It's flavorful acid, my friend,
I'm
just
all
like any
hopped
other
up on
soda.
Mountain Dew. I can always think
No,
about
but
that.
like,
Yes, please. Oh my God. And if they can, I want some honey with
Oh
that
shit.
shit. Yeah, packet of honey with my biscuits.
Yeah, but basically what we
nah.
trying to say is, number one, all right. For me, I'm not gonna tell nobody how to be hype. I can't. I'm not gonna tell you how to feel. But
Yeah.
personally, I just feel like, as I'm saying, as a community, we need to dial our hype down just a little bit for the game because we don't really know what's gonna be,
Facts.
and just everything that was said. But on a lighter note, you feel what I'm saying, to make lighter things. Um, let's talk about.
Damn, I
Oh
was about
no,
to say
damn.
that sound
Actually,
mean as fuck.
I think I didn't want to. Before I say that, I want to talk about what happened with the chick. I can't think of her name right now, but she play fighting games and shit, and she made a joke about short men not having human rights, some shit.
Oh, the
Yeah,
chick, yeah.
I'm gonna be
Or
real with you. It don't really. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't. It's like I don't give a fuck. It's kind of like one of those things where it's just like she says some shit and that's how she feel. I I don't give a fuck. And I'm a short nigga. I'm 5'5". Like it just wasn't anything to me. It's just not important to me.
yeah.
Like what she said to me wasn't important to me. It's like, all right, she said that stupid shit. She said the stupid shit. It's just like what we gonna do?
It's
We
the
going
PC culture.
Yeah,
we
like
going
facts.
like
Like,
it's just like what we gonna do? We gonna
Yeah.
crucify. We gonna make that a thing. We gonna crucify her for it and this that. I don't give a fuck. That's how she feels.
but it's
That's how
not
she
even out of
feels.
her character because she's like honestly, I didn't notice about her, but she's like notoriously known for being a shit talker. Like she talked that shit.
Then,
Yeah.
and then
Like,
if she
and
talking
that's
shit,
the
it's like
thing, though. That's
yeah,
the thing. That's people's insecurities and people's sensitivity, and just
Facts.
everybody's a pussy now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
Like
knows how to talk shit back, or nobody knows how to take nobody knows how to take their licks like they used to.
facts.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
For
like
real,
Facts.
for real.
it's like I don't see. That's why I don't understand why it's blowing up so much because it's like when I seen it, I was like, okay. Like I just did. I was just like, I mean, I come from a different era though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
I
thought
come,
that shit was
Bro,
funny. Like I
bro,
ain't know.
yeah,
I
you
did
yeah,
too. I was
yeah.
like, yo, she
So
wilding.
that
Like,
joke,
yeah,
For real.
yeah,
that's
and like,
me
and then
rolling.
because it was funny because it was like one person that came to me like, "Yo, how you feel about this? Like, you sure you just then?" Like, to be
Nigga,
honest, I don't give a
so
fuck. I like so like it's just like what like this is what we get. I was like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like
yeah.
and you
it just
see, and that's the thing. That's
yeah
another thing. You've you've gone through being made fun of for being short.
Yeah.
yeah
Nigga, I still crack jokes about you being short to your
yeah
face, and you know I do. I can't help myself sometimes.
yeah. It's just it's the
It's just
thing.
funny. Like, it's
Yeah
not me trying to be me. It's just me
yeah
cracking jokes. Like,
yeah
motherfuckers don't understand that. And like, that's the thing. Yeah, I'll say some shit, and you'll try to say some shit right back because
yeah
it's how we were raised, bro.
yeah
We have that tough skin. We know when somebody's being serious and when somebody's playing, so we know how to differentiate that. We're
Yeah.
not sensitive about shit.
yeah.
Real
I
shit.
feel like we're sensitive about the wrong shit and insensitive about the
Hmm.
wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
somebody can call me the N word with the ER on Twitch and nothing happens to them. You know what I'm saying? But if I was to say some shit like if I was to say somebody look like Hugo or some shit like that, oh you're being mean, you're being insensitive, this, that, and the third. It's like it's a fucking joke. That's why I be telling people like if you can't handle jokes or you can't handle me saying what I'm about to say in my chat, then don't come through. Like
Facts.
just don't. Like just don't. And it's just like even if you was to say like the N word or whatever, you would call me that. I'll just ban you. I'm not going to make it a big
Right.
ass
You're not gonna
statement.
sit there, argue, and do all this
Yeah.
dumb shit. No, bro. All right, just peace.
Yeah,
Be gone.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna ban you. It's either me or my mom's gonna just ban you. I don't give a fuck. That's why it's just like, and then to be honest, what if she was just joking? Like, like if she really felt like that, I still don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It just, it,
Honestly, no. If she really felt that way, I feel bad. That means she just kept getting to run-ins with some short niggas who just didn't have
yeah.
Real
So
shit.
it just,
it.
so it's just like to me, it's like it's just like I don't give a fuck. I just feel like people are overreacting over that stupid. That shit is stupid. I'm sorry, like to be overreacting to some shit like that to me is dumb.
See, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I don't know,
Like,
like my two, like other people might feel like other people in
it's
here might
every
feel different.
that's the thing. Some people, yes, some people are just more sensitive than others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Like,
yeah,
it's. I can't say it's unfortunate because some of those people, like, that comes with its perks and it comes with its cons. Just like being a desensitized motherfucker, like
yeah.
me.
Cause I'm,
It
cause I'm,
comes with
cause
its
I'm,
perks
cause
and it
I'm,
comes
I'm
with its
pretty,
flaws.
cause I'm not gonna lie, I am sensitive, right? I'm somebody that is sensitive, but
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with that shit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, like,
But
look.
yeah,
This is a good example of from you to me.
yeah,
Like, there was one night you were streaming and we was getting on your ass.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Especially me. I was
yeah,
getting on your ass on some shit.
yeah,
And you hit me up and you you
yeah,
you told me how you felt about it. And I was like, damn, like, I wasn't trying to hurt feelings. I was just being an asshole.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's just how I am. Like,
yeah,
if I'm gonna see if I have an opportunity to get a good burn in the
yeah,
motherfucker, oh, I'm
yeah.
going head first.
Yeah. And it's like E can OD and you don't even and you don't mean nothing by it. And that's why afterwards I was just like, damn, maybe I was being a little too sensitive about it. Cause E be OD, like E will
Like,
OD with this shit.
I have a bad habit of taking things too
Yeah,
far sometimes. And it's
Yeah.
not even me meaning to take things too far. It's just I
Yeah.
say some outlandish shit.
Yeah.
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 And that's love me or hate me. That's how I am.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fucking change. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
And
Facts.
I appreciate that about E. Like he's honest,
But
he's
at the
real.
same time though,
Yeah.
when I actually like when somebody is affected by the shit I say, I know when I'm wrong. I know when to apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
So it's that double edged sword right there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I like me, like I didn't see, because like I said, I'm short and I didn't see anything wrong with what she said. It's like, it's not like, you know how when you feel like something hits you, like somebody says something and it hits you like, damn. Like
Yeah.
You
I
see,
didn't feel that not one bit. I didn't feel I didn't I didn't feel nothing. I literally just laughed at it. Like it just was like, all right, like, but how'd y'all feel about it?
I thought it was
Man, that
funny.
shit was drawing. It was stupid. Like it was
Yeah,
unnecessary.
And I
Like
think she was
yeah,
joking too. So it's like you kind of like y'all kind of like took it somewhere it really wasn't about. And when people know that she liked that, it's not like if she just did said that. It's not like she don't do stuff like that and then like she did it and saying like okay it's kind of out of character. Like she a shit talker and she's like
yeah.
there was like shit like when somebody was fucking with her about her boobs being big and she like made it a whole thing like she you know what I'm saying so it's
Yeah.
like
She went all
it
the way through it
yeah
and made fun of it.
so
Like
it's not like what she did was kind of like out of her character. So I don't really
yeah,
honestly, I don't give a fuck. And if it
facts.
was towards specific people, they know who they are. Uh, I don't give
yeah.
a fuck.
Facts.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you are, uh, damn, if you are insecure about your height and that
It's not
affected
even.
you,
It's
because it's
it's
like
not
I
even
don't
just
know.
about your height. It's just
Yeah,
insecurities in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like, and it's like everybody does have something that they're like, regardless if they're very insecure about it or kind of insecure about it. Since everybody
Yo,
has some type of insecurities, but it's like what she said to me, from my
smoking.
opinion, wasn't really that serious for everybody to have
So,
like an uproar about it. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
sure.
it is what it is. It's
Hold on.
like if I was on stream and somebody told me like, oh, like I see you play Halo, you play Call of Duty. It's like, nah, I don't play. If you play that game, you probably camp all the time. This is me making a joke. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
it's like when you gonna take it super serious, like, oh, you call me a camper. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I was joking, but all right.
Shit,
No
You
shit.
know what I'm
shit.
I'm a
saying?
run and
But
gunner. I'm a
even
run
though
and
there is
gunner.
some,
I know
even
when
though
I
there
have
is
to sit and plot though.
even though there is some kind of truth to it, as far as
Real
like
shit.
niggas, and from me playing Halo Infinite, niggas is not camping like that. I'm being real with you, niggas is
Can't
not
No.
camp in
camping
that game, bro. You gonna get
unless
clapped.
you're playing like a big
That's a
team
Hmm.
team
lie.
battle
That's a
shit.
lie.
I
You
mean,
can camp in that game. Don't even try to say you can't camp in the game. You can camp in the game. It's just not very often you see it.
Yeah,
All right, I get that.
but yeah, it just didn't it just didn't affect me like that.
I feel you. Yeah, nah, I didn't even I don't know. I don't even know why we even talked about her
Yeah,
even making a joke like that. Like I if
yeah,
even if it wasn't a joke and it's just how she felt, that's just how she feel about
yeah.
yeah,
a
So
short
facts.
person. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like what does that gotta do anything? Like,
yeah,
oh, because she said it was like it's discriminative to you because of what she said about how they all need to be eradicated from Earth. Obviously she's fucking joking. Like you wouldn't
yeah,
say someone needs to be eradicated. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like who would say that off of strength? Obviously they either joking or they just playing around or they just like they just pulling bullshits, poking the
Yeah.
bear. Like you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But like it's just I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of shit is just unnecessary. And then about the Chris G thing that we was talking about yesterday too.
yeah,
I honestly, I felt like he probably did genuinely do it. Like I wasn't mad about the shit. I just like, damn, that's fucked up. Like that's how I felt about
yeah,
it when it happened. Like it was just like, damn, because I didn't get to talk about that shit. So it was
yeah,
just like, I felt like when Chris G got in trouble, what he said, yeah, I was kind of upset, but at the same time, I was like, it was a long time ago. Then at the
yeah,
same time, because it's like the person that run your whole thing is black. You shouldn't have said some shit like that. I was like, you was wrong, and he apologized for it. And I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. Like I looked
mhm,
at him differently, but after a while, I was just like, all right, it is what it is. He said some dumb shit, and then after a while, I was just like, niggas change. And it
Yeah,
was one of them
same.
things where it's just like, I get it. And even with the F Champ joint, I was like, I ain't know he got canceled for like, well, I know he got canceled, but I ain't know he got like kicked out of the Street Fighter joint because of that. I was like, now that was too far for a
mhm,
joke that was just mistimed. Like now that shit to me was just unnecessary. because I
Yeah,
know niggas didn't like F Champ with certain degrees and certain shit, but it was just a time joke at the wrong time. You know what I mean? And he was kind of like he was wrong for what he said, but he apologized. You know what I mean? And he get it
yeah,
that it was like it was kind of too soon with everything going on. So it was just like I get it. And his apology to me was the most sincere I ever heard from him
yeah,
alone. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
watching it and like seeing it live and all that shit. I was like, yeah, no, I fuck with it. Like I understand where you're coming from. Like,
yeah,
and I wasn't mad at it. Like, and it wasn't like no cop out, no none of that shit. He was like, he genuinely knew what he did wrong. Yeah, it was a joke, but the joke was a little bit too far. And he knocked, like, he knew what, like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I was like, oh, yeah, he got that. Like, it's not on some stupid shit. Like, he wasn't on, I didn't know no joke. Like, no, he knew what happened. It was a mistimed joke, but it was an inside between all of them. But it was just one of them things he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. But,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It is what it is. And you know, if he
yeah,
learned from it, he learned from his mistakes. He's not like that. He's gonna do what he do. It is what it is. Like that's years ago. Same
yeah,
thing with what's his name, low tier guy and all that other shit. Like, and then even with motherfucking what's his name, 13-0. Y'all need to stop that shit too. Like, get over that shit. Like it's just
yeah.
that's a lot of shit that's just like
Allow
it's
people to
stupid.
grow. I think that's what
Yeah,
it is. Allow people to grow and let go certain shit because a lot of motherfuckers are saying 13-0 would never beat them. You know what I'm saying?
and he proved
And
it with the tournament.
Yep.
yeah,
Ain't
and then
nobody want to fight that man.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like, and I know some people are like, "Oh, don't use like the race shit," but sometimes I feel like when they come on to like black creators or just black streamers or black people that compete, I feel like they go a little bit too. They go super hard on us because we're black. It's just like I remember just hopping in people's stream and they always bringing up the low tier guy shit. They always bringing
Yeah,
up fucking they're always bringing up the 13-0 shit, and I just be like, man, like I'm tired of y'all bringing this shit up. It's like why can't we talk about some shit to uplift the community? Y'all keep want to bring up the fucking 13-0 shit. Y'all keep want to bring up low tier God and this, that, and third. At this point, are y'all just bringing this nigga up because he's black and y'all just want to make a joke out of him? I know that that's probably extreme for me to
yeah,
think, but after a while, I kept thinking that's what it was because I'm like, I keep running into new streamers, and every time I run into a new streamer that play fighting games, they will always bring that shit up. And then after a while, I'll feel some type of way because it's like, all right, like it was funny when it happened, yes. But
yeah.
are y'all only bringing this shit up because he's black? Because
For
I'm
sure.
being honest with you, Dark Side Phil, whenever I'm in these streams, don't get brought up like that. And
Nope.
he do
So
some
good.
outrageous shit.
Yeah.
You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? He does some
Cranberry
outrageous
lemon
shit.
iced tea.
And I'm just like, all right, like y'all gotta like that shit need to be stopped. And the shit that was being said about Triforce or whatever, a lot of that shit was fucking lies and false and this, that, and the third. And Triforce made sure that a lot of niggas could eat at the end of
Yeah,
the day, he was trying to build the FGC for it to be a for us by us thing,
yeah,
which it seemed like that's what a lot of OGs wanted to become now, but back then they didn't see it. And then he
yeah,
got killed. He got killed, and motherfuckers try so hard to crucify that man. And all he was trying to do was tell everybody that's which everybody's doing what they doing now. And in the Justice Wong speech, he had thanked Triforce while everybody else was trying to kill him or whatever. Bum is doing some shit to build the Dragon Ball Fighters community on some grassroots shit. And OG or whatever the case may be. Yipes is doing what he can for Marvel or whatever. And OG, he's doing all of this shit. Like they are doing all of this shit that Triforce was trying to tell them to do in the first place. For the FGC to be a for us by us thing. Fuck
yeah.
esports because they don't give a fuck about us. That's what he was trying to tell people. That's what he was trying to tell people.
Amen.
But just because I hate to say this, I'm gonna be honest. Just because he was doing certain shit a certain way, and he was like to me, Triforce is like Dame Dash. He got the shitty end of the stick, and Dame Dash was like, "Yo, Dame Dash got the shitty end of the stick," and Dame Dash was all he was trying to do was trying to make it a for us by us thing. We can own our own shit. We could do this, that, and the third. And then what happened with Triforce? I think because he was going about shit a certain way, and because he was black,
Yeah,
that's why he was getting crucified the way that he was getting crucified. Niggas calling him a monkey. Go back to
fact.
like niggas is saying all of this crazy shit or whatever the case may be, and then we let that shit slide. But the moment somebody talk about somebody height, oh, it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like one thing we gotta do, like I said, we gotta stop being sensitive to the wrong shit and stop being insensitive to the wrong shit. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? It's like let that 13-0 shit go. How long y'all gonna keep beating the dead horse about that shit? How long
Yeah,
y'all gonna
sure.
keep? How long y'all gonna keep holding on to the low tier God type of shit? But we can let Dark Side Phil do whatever he want. We can let that nigga live as long as he want. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all not giving the same energy towards him. Every time I hop into somebody's chat or whatever, y'all want to bring up the fucking low tier God shit. And I'm not gonna lie, most of the people that bring up the low tier God shit, every time I hop into their chat or the 13 or no shit, is motherfuckers that's not even completely black.
Facts. That shit is sus. Like
You know what I'm
Among
saying?
Us.
Like I fuck with some of
You,
y'all too, but that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit be like because it happens so often, it pisses me off.
Yeah. And
yeah.
to be fair, there's
To
usually
be fair,
To be fair,
there's usually some shit where it's like like how Palm said, there's usually someone that's not fully black or like it's a mix or to be honest, I'm not it's usually somebody fucking white. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
totally honest
yeah,
with you because I'm not
yeah,
gonna hold that punch. Fuck that.
yeah,
It's usually somebody white talking about a nigga. That's usually what it is, like on some real shit.
yeah,
And it's fucked up because Darkseid Phil did some fucked up shit and this, that, and the third, or he's kind of like low tier God. They always will call him that. And even when low tier God was trying to protect himself about that, I'm not a black DSP, no, none of that shit. And yeah, his character on screen isn't the best, but it's a character. That's not how
yeah,
he really is. He don't act like that when he's at tournaments. Everybody that ran into him said he was chilled, he was cool, he was just in the third. Even when he was on that TV show, they put him on there just because they thought he was gonna be like how he was on his stream and him being ignorant to that and third. But when they fought him and all that, he was competent. He was doing all that shit. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't on some stupid shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But look at the person that they made him fight against, and look what happened to that person.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of crazy. And then I don't know, man. Like I just feel like why this shit got to be harder for us, but for everybody else, it's like niggas is afraid of them. Like it don't make sense. Like when motherfuckers is afraid of the Japanese, but they don't even want to uplift their own motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like it's weird
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
Like and that's why I look at these fighting games now in that sense where it's like, yo, now y'all can compete with us dickheads because y'all fucking stupid. Like, but y'all don't look at it that way. Like
facts.
it's weird to me. Like, and it's
yeah,
like I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then it's just like, yo, like there's a lot of shit that could have been changed, a lot of shit that could have been done right if niggas was really about what they was talking about to
yeah,
a certain degree. And we gotta hold ourselves accountable for a lot of dumb shit that happened throughout this FGC. Just not even just FGC, just out the community in general.
yeah,
Video games, all of it, just video games in general, because they allowed this esports shit to really become the biggest thing. Like when MLG was coming up, it was grassroots too. MLG was great. It was fun. Halo was on there. Call of Duty was on there at one point, but Halo started that shit.
mm-hmm.
So don't
Yes, it
disrespect
did.
Halo and don't disrespect all this other shit because it's not what y'all is. Y'all can't get mad at it, especially motherfucking Battlefield trying to blame Halo for the reason why y'all game is trash. No, y'all game is trash because y'all ain't
Yeah,
fucking do it right. Fuck out of here.
yeah.
Like
That was
that's some
wild.
nutty shit. Like that's some wild shit. And I'm trying to retract the statements. Fuck out of here, dog.
yeah.
Like don't blame Halo for y'all low sales because y'all game is trash. Y'all fucking up. That's what it is. Like, come on, bro. Get y'all shit together.
Yeah,
Like,
it's and that's one thing that I learned because I'm not gonna lie, beforehand I used to shit on every other community because that's what they was doing to us until like I started seeing how it looked like from the outside looking in, because I was just like, damn, like every community, like fuck all these other communities because they think fighting games is just pushing buttons and standing there. So I'd be like, fuck first person. I used to be like that, and then after a while I was like, if I'm like that, that makes me just like them. You know what I'm
fact.
saying? That's why I always say like I respect every single community, regardless of it. If as long as shit stays grassroots, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect every community because I feel like it takes a level of skill to play any and everything, and I'm not gonna downplay any community. I don't care if they try to downplay us, then it's fuck y'all. But I'm not gonna be like I don't fuck with like the community. But if you yourself, that's a part of that community, try to downplay what we do in the fighting game, then it's fuck
Okay.
you. But it's not gonna be like that towards the whole community because then I'm doing the same shit that y'all doing to us, and there's no growth with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in a lot of ways we all make mistakes and we all have to allow each other to grow. Certain shit I feel like you shouldn't. Certain shit, yeah, certain shit that got said.
Okay, drink up
Certain
here.
shit you can't come back from. Like what the dude that made Skullgirls, that helped make Skullgirls, the shit that he did, he can never come back for that, for what
Nah,
he
real
said.
shit.
He can never come back for what he said and what he did. Like some people, they just can't come back. You gotta weed some of the bullshit out.
Nah, real
Sure
shit.
love.
So I just feel
You
like
want me to turn
we
the light
gotta
on?
I feel like we gotta allow certain people to grow. We have to allow certain things to grow. Like that's a part of being human. Imagine if any of us that have done, because none of us is perfect and motherfuckers could act like they are, but we all have done some wrong things. Imagine if that
Fuck
was
yeah.
being
Yeah.
held to
Yeah, we
you
have.
all the time, 100% all the time. How would you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a senseless mistake that you made when you were younger. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So it's just like with Chris G, yeah, I was mad at that because I just feel like it's fucked up and there's a lot of dope women that can play fighting games, but he apologized for it and then he grew
Yeah.
from that. You know what I'm saying? That shit happened a while ago. So it's like if he apologized and he sincerely mean that shit, I'm not gonna hold that shit against him. Cause it's
Yeah.
like how many niggas, you know how many niggas I know that say that they can never lose to a woman
The
in a
three in
fighting
here
game.
altogether.
But it's just like I correct them about it because I'm like, you stupid if you don't think some of these chicks is really nice or some of these
Facts.
women is really nice. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hold that against them because
I'm
after
gonna
a
go to
while
the
they grow
three
and be like, you
in
know
here.
what, like yo, a lot of these women are nice. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold that shit against them. So it's just like we gotta. To me, it's like we gotta allow somebody to grow. Be like, you know what, you made the mistake or whatever. You apologize.
Ranch?
I forgive you for that.
You want me to see if there's
Yeah.
ranch downstairs?
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with F Champ. F Champ, all right, cool. If you would have gave him like a little small little band or he did apologize for it, cool. But just to say he's banned for life,
Yeah, that shit is wild.
he can't never come back. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that shit
saying?
is wild.
That shit is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But the person Zero Blast that was making like all them racist jokes,
He
Mm-hmm.
said
saying the
nigga on
word,
stream
yeah, said it on
Facts.
stream.
and got
Oh,
6 months.
he
Well,
got
they
6
said,
months.
nigga.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he
Yeah.
got 6 months. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That shit to me is trash. That shit to me is trash. Like we like F Champ understood that that was a mistake. We should have forgave him and welcomed into it because that's why I feel like we need to be more welcoming and understand that everybody's human. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can make mistakes, but we do gotta weed out the people that ain't really for the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like it is. We do gotta allow people to grow because it's like we all aren't perfect. We all make mistakes. Nobody's
Fuck yeah.
perfect. We gotta stop. People gotta stop acting like they're perfect. Soon as they see somebody mistake blow up, soon as somebody mistake blow up on Twitter, then you're acting like you're the most perfect person and you don't make no mistakes. Nah, we all make mistakes.
Oh shit. Cause if not, how you think you learn from shit?
Yeah.
Like you really gotta like think of it as this way, and this is what Dave Chappelle is trying to get at with this cancel culture shit. Think of it as a way of someone stunting your growth because of something you did in the past. But think about how much that goes on through the black community or just
Facts.
minorities in general. Think of some shit that you did, like a jail record. How long that stays on you. That's exactly what cancel culture is. Think of a record that you have that's stunting your growth when you are beyond what you are, but that one particular thing is still being said and is judging you.
Yeah.
But yet you're nowhere like that no more. But because of this one particular thing, they're always going to see you as that one particular thing. That's literally what that is.
Yeah.
And imagine how many people that probably been in jail, that probably have done other shit and made a mistake, learned from it, outgrew that bullshit, done got a bunch of different degrees and that third, but still can't get a job because this one particular thing is probably still on their record. Even if it probably got expunged, but that's just a example. That one
Yeah.
particular thing where it got brought up in the conversation that we didn't know you had this. And it's like, yeah, that was a long time ago though. Like, what does that got to do with now? And it still gets brought up because of, you know why. So it's like, why
Yeah.
is it still being brought up when that didn't nothing when you hired me already? Why am
Yeah.
I getting fired because of a particular thing that happened from years ago that has nothing to do with my record now? You know what I mean? So it's weird to me. Like it's like something that's ever forever gonna follow you, and it's like a stigma. And it's weird. And that's kind of how like canceling people is. It's like stunting people's growth to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong. Some motherfuckers do got to get out of here. But there's some shit don't need to be always like, yeah, throw the stake axe and burn these niggas. Like that shit gotta chill, bro. Like some shit you gotta burn motherfuckers at the stake. But not everything needs to be, yo, yeah, he gotta get burnt. Fuck that. Like, nah. Like some shit is just like you gotta chill.
Yeah.
Like, all right, they apologize, they sincere about it. They changed from that whatever year that might have been. Now, if it happened recently, all right, maybe, but it depends on what happened and how that's situated and what the other half of that conversation with, not just the cut of the clip that we seen. I need to see more shit that led into this, not just what they're just showing, because then it becomes only people getting a certain half of the story, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can spin anything any certain way when you clip and just record certain shit. When you just do certain media, do the exact same thing. People love to do that shit. They love to spin narratives any way they want when it's out of context, but you never know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot. Told you this was gonna be the rawest fucking episode. That's why I call it
Yeah.
Judgment Day.
Yeah. This shit is hella raw, man. And it's just but just like you said, I feel like we gotta allow each other to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like it is. And
Isn't that
and
the
I feel
purpose of a community?
yeah, but I feel
Yes.
like ever since I'm gonna be real with you, I feel like ever since, and I don't know if Twitter FGC has always been like this.
Yes.
I just feel like ever since COVID should just be like it's everything but the fighting games. It's everything but the communities,
Good.
everything but that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
That's just
I watch
society.
I just watch people just be
The
tuned
best.
into the bullshit instead of tuned into
The
somebody's
game.
positive stream. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll see more people tuned into Twitter than to somebody else's stream.
Yeah.
It's like, but we want the FGC to grow. You know what I'm saying? But we want it to grow. But you so concerned about the bullshit and Twitter being the FGC CNN. You care so much about that you don't even care too much to like support somebody else like that's doing something positive. You rather focus
Yeah.
on the negative. It's like this person is doing this. This person is doing this. This person is probably running an event. This person is probably having an event, or this person is probably running sets, or this person is learning the game, and instead you supporting that, and you you instead of you supporting that, going and watching that, or putting money towards that, or putting your attention towards that, what do? Put your attention towards fucking the negative shit on fucking Twitter. You're on
Fact.
Twitter 24/7 on your phone, but you can
Mm-hmm.
watch
Why are
somebody.
you watching me pour honey, honey?
You're watching you. It's like you're watching that, but you're not gonna watch somebody grow. You're not gonna tune into something dope. You're not gonna go support or give your money or attention to something positive that's going on. You rather
Facts.
much. It's like I understand everybody has to be aware of both sides, but a lot of people are only tuned in to Twitter FGC. And I just be
Mm-hmm.
like, this shit is trash. It's like I go there, give my opinion, then I'm out, or I go there and I might
Be
drop
careful
like
with that.
footage, or but at the same time, I'll say some positive shit, or I talk about how I feel, then I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I see somebody's going live, or I see somebody's doing this, that, and the third, I make sure to try to support that more than anything. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I try to support that more than anything. I try to support the locals more than anything.
Yeah.
So I just
Because they're
think,
the ones who need it more than anything.
yeah.
The
So
servers got discontinued. I'm sorry.
yeah. But I just think that I think that, man, like motherfuckers won't allow motherfuckers to grow. People concerned about the wrong shit. It's a lot of stupid shit that goes on with you. I hate to say it, with you being black in any community, it's always stupid shit that goes on.
No shit.
That's
Or
because
whatever.
racism don't exist no more. It's all good.
Yeah, so it's just like, and there's nothing against anybody that's any other race, because it's like I fuck with everybody. You know
Yo,
what I'm
but do
saying?
you know what's fucked up? Why do we have
Yeah.
to say that? You feel what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. Is like we can't even just be unapologetically who we are. Like
No shit.
we gotta. I'm sorry for being myself, even though being myself is not really like
Nah. See,
not.
this is the thing. This is the thing. I say that because I don't want anybody feeling no type of way like, damn, Palm really hate, or this is like they really hate other communities. No, I don't. I don't hate any other community. That's the only reason why I say it. If you come to my channel, you know I'm unapologetically black with everything.
Yeah.
I'm unapologetically black. And I'm gonna always put my people first because what we have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but I'm always somebody that always put my people first, and the community first, and the city first. And a lot of the times not even gonna lie, I put my city and my community before my own name
Yeah.
all the fucking time. Because if I was just focused on me and that's it, you don't think that I could have already got signed to an esports team because of how my personality is?
Yeah.
You really don't think that I could have done that? Yeah, but I'm not I don't give a fuck about that shit. I care about the community. I care about the community and my people first. So I'm unapologetically black. I'm black before anything. So
No
it's just
shit.
like, if you feel some type of way that I said that I'm black before anything, then you can go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck. Cause that's the truth. We go through a lot of shit because we are black.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that I've been called an N-word on stream, or you don't think that like shit happens, like a lot of this shit happens, or damn, like you play a fighting game. I didn't know black people play fighting games. You don't think motherfuckers told me that shit?
Bro, shit.
You don't think I heard that shit before? Or somebody judge you. They see you at a cabinet and they judge you and they feel like you can't play the game because you dress a
The way you
certain way.
look.
Yeah,
Yep.
you don't think that shit didn't happen to me? Yes, shit like that didn't happen to me before.
Like,
Like,
that
you
shit
know what I'm
is
saying?
OD,
So
bro.
it's just like, but do I hold on to it? No. But am I unapologetically black? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Do I fuck with any and everybody that's a part of any race? Yes, I do. I'm not somebody that's gonna be like, because you're white or because you're this, I'm not gonna fuck with you. No. I'm
Yeah.
cool with everybody. That as long as you want some positive shit and you cool, I'm cool with everybody. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm black before anything. That's just the truth.
I think I'm an asshole before anything. I'm an asshole, then I'm a Puerto Rican.
Said that I'm a Puerto Rican.
Drawing.
Honestly speaking,
No, I
that's
understand.
how I feel.
No, I feel you, man.
Because like I can be nice, but I can be fucking mean.
Yeah,
And
we
then
all.
sometimes, and then it's even worse because I can be mean without even the meaning to be mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nice. See, like I'm such an asshole. I got the perfect shirt to represent me. This shit says my parents said I could be anything, so I became an asshole, and I live by those words.
I feel that.
Oh shit.
Honestly, I was too young to remember if my parents ever actually told me that.
I
I'm
understand.
drinking
Yeah.
ice.
But nah, like that shit is crazy, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's a hell of a time. It's a hell of a thing, and just a lot, man. It's a lot to endure in any type of community. It can be just even outside, like the
Yeah.
actual shit beyond FGC. It could be anything, Like
Yeah.
the community is the most important thing, but
Yeah.
also just like it's just the mindset of it. Like it's a lot of shit you gotta.
Honestly, it's just a
Like,
mindset. To me, what it comes down to is not. It's the mindset of not just wanting better for yourself, but wanting better for
yeah,
the people around you.
Yeah.
Not
fact.
just
Yeah.
necessarily being like your family and friends, but just the people who are like the people you live across the street from, niggas that are next door. Like, it's wanting to make sure that everybody
No
is
shit.
good.
Yeah. And
That
that's
that to me is a sense of community.
yeah, and
Real
that's the
shit.
thing, and that's the thing. Like if because think about this, right? Me, Juice, and X, right? We could just build amongst each other and that be that.
Yeah,
But we don't. We don't just build amongst each other. We try to build with other people also that's outside of our immediate circle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, we understand that us together, we are something together, but we
Oh,
understand the importance of community and it's not just us three.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That to me is part of the issue too. Is just the clicks. It's just like learn to build outside
a
of your
lemon.
community too. So it's just like we build. Of course, we build with each other. We make sure each other is straight, but we also try to build. We also build outside of shit and then bring people in. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it could become one big community. Because at the end of the day, that's what it should be about. It should be about community first. I
Real
think
shit.
a lot of people forget that shit, and like just to say it again, like it's about growth at the same time. People make mistakes. Allow that person
Yeah,
to grow from that mistake, unless it's like unless it's something that's like all of us can agree upon and be like, nah, that shit
I'm not
is
making mistakes.
super out of pocket.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really.
But it's hard, but like I said, I love the FGC, but I hate it at this. I hate some shit. I hate some of the shit about it. As far as like we just wanting too much of the esports shit. We care about esports more than we care about the community.
Real
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? So it's just like I love the FGC because it can be very accepting. Because a lot of people in the FGC have accepted me and my
I
friends
guess I'm
and
smoking
all,
my
and
last
but
stick
it's
for a
been
while
some
tonight.
shit that I don't like about it. It's just like when I go into it and
My
see
last stick
how
tonight.
unsupportive it can be,
Yeah,
how it can be on some very Hollywood shit and not about the community, and then and won't even allow people to grow. You have to be perfect. It's like no, like I like that. I what I grew to like about the FGC is that everybody can come in and be their own person without any judgment. That's what I came across from it in the beginning. That's how I felt. It was like, damn, everybody's coming to this one place and they can be whoever they can be, who they can be themselves, not even who they want to be. They're free to be themselves.
Real shit.
In a world where you get judged outside of it, you get judged for who you are. You get judged for because people think just because I'm like this, nah, I get judged for who I am too. At work, I get like it don't matter, but when I'm at a tournament, I am who I am. I don't get judged for who I am. When I went to a major, when I went to Defender North minus, I'm not even gonna say minus what happened. Fuck that shit. But when I went there, I seen all different types of people.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers cosplaying, people that were gay, straight, bi, whatever, and everybody coming together and was accepting of each other.
Real shit.
That's what I like to see. Everybody laughing, joking, no matter what you are, your sexual preference, or whatever the case may be. Everybody coming together on some positive shit to play the game. Yeah, of course, to be competitive amongst each other, but us going out to eat, laughing, joking, a real community type thing. That's what I want more of, not this super negative, stupid shit.
My
Yeah.
jaw.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel you completely, bro.
Yeah, for
Swear
real.
I threw a jaw
Cause
over here
I'm
last
be
night.
honest with you, like everything that you said about the FGC in the beginning is what I felt until I got in it, and the first thing that I was hearing is Smash is not a real fighting game. Like,
Yeah.
but that's that goes back into everything that's been said.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah.
And that shit is sad, bro.
Turtles.
Shit is sad.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
But yeah, but we have one more topic to talk about today.
Oh, are we going to talk about the
You want to
leprechaun
save that?
situation?
What we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Leprechaun situation.
I don't know.
Man,
You
fuck
talking?
you.
You said something about a situation.
Yeah.
I'm just but no, but we're going to talk about
Oh shit!
training.
All right, good.
Training.
Yes,
Training.
and
For
fighting games.
training for
Okay.
what?
Like
And fighting
Oh
game.
god. Oh my god. Please.
We
I
could
don't like
save
being a
that.
punching dummy.
No, we could save that. We could save
Yeah,
it.
we can
We could
save
save
it.
it. We could save it because it's been how long has it been? Like 2 hours?
It's
no,
only been like
just
3.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We got bro. We got a whole half an hour to work with.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Let's go,
Yeah, we
juice.
can do it.
What
All
about
right, let's
training?
go. So I want to talk about training, the importance of training.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't even want to. We know fact. We gonna say that for the next episode. We gonna the
All right.
importance of training, but I do want to take this half an hour to talk about
Damn.
what was the games that y'all personally played that made y'all be like, all right, I gotta hit the training mode, like, or like,
X.
Uh,
That's it. No, X is the reason why I was like, damn, I gotta hit training mode.
A person.
I feel you.
No, you don't feel me.
I
No,
do.
you do
no,
No,
you
not.
don't.
because
You
that,
don't.
no. As to
Fuck
get my ass whooped from
out of
UFC,
here.
when you left, nigga, I was like, no, that nigga is not gonna do that again. Like,
That was my
I was
only
like,
form of revenge.
I gotta
Like,
pay this shit again. I mean, this nigga's not gonna do this shit again.
Said what
yo.
game?
Oh,
See me, I think the only real like as a young boy, like yes, I played Tekken, played Street Fighter and all that.
yeah,
But the only fighting games that I really like were drawn to, which is weird, are like sports fighting games. Like
yeah.
UFC, Fight Night. Fucking there was this one joint, K1 kickboxing.
Period.
I
That
remember
was
I
my
heard that.
first experience. That was
Heard.
my first experience with a fighting game. Mind you, I'm like 6, maybe
Mm,
5. So it's my uncles, my brother, and a couple of their homies. They
yeah.
chilling playing the game. My uncle was handing out ass whoopings left and right. Like I've never seen the remote jump so much in my life.
Period.
Somehow that shit ends up in my hands. I don't know if he was going easy on me or whatnot. I was the only person to knock him the fuck out.
Period.
And everybody was shocked. So we ran it back and
Mm,
I knocked him the fuck out again.
damn.
And ever since that drew me to shit like to fighting games like that. Like I
Copy.
love good kickboxing. Like I love boxing. Like just the sport of boxing itself, the not even the sport, fuck that, the science of boxing.
Yeah.
Like me,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who likes the the technicality of fighting styles. Loved
Okay.
I feel you.
old kung fu movies, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what drew me into games like K1 kickboxing, fight night, and shit like that. Like I never honestly felt that same attraction with regular fighting games, like Marvel, all that shit. Like I liked playing it, but
Yeah.
I never really felt that I really want to play this like that
Yeah.
Heard.
until Xavier. He's the reason why I really started playing Tekken again.
Yeah.
He's the reason why I started playing fucking Street Fighter for a little bit. I was playing Street Fighter, and he yes he would whip my ass, but he's the reason why I learned how to pick up on frames. He's the reason for why I can coach somebody in a fighting game better than I can play a fucking fighting game.
Real shit. I appreciate it.
And
Yeah.
and that to me is what drew me into fighting games. Yes, I honestly, even till this day, I still don't want to fucking hit that training room. I don't like to. I don't have the patience to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because me, I've always been it's better if you're gonna train to train with somebody than to train with the dummy.
I feel no,
Yo.
I feel you on that.
Online
I feel you on
training
Nah.
that.
modes
Yo,
are the
I
no.
feel you on
future.
that.
Keep trying to say this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, with me, it's wild because like it's that question to me is kind of like it's loaded for me because it's like I could say I never really had the patience for training mode until it was like two different situations. For the first time I seen Juice in training mode with Ling, right? And this is why I go so hard for Juice because Juice really wants it. It's like I could see it. Like this man was in
Can you
training
put me
mode
in the
for
charger,
like
please?
he was in training mode for like 5 hours learning all of Ling's moves. Five. I was like, damn. I went to sleep, woke up. This nigga still was in training mode. I'm like, damn, this man's dedicated. That's why it's like with me, with me, I'm always protective over my friends, but I'm super protective over Juice because I know how much time and how hard he works, and that should inspire me to work hard.
I appreciate
That
Yeah.
that.
inspired that
Appreciate that.
inspired me to work harder in training mode, but the game for me that made me go into training mode after that, I started going training mode in every game was Marvel Infinite. I was in training mode with X for like an hour. I felt like you know how like Goku and and Gohan went in the hyperbolic time chamber to like train and shit.
Yeah.
I felt like it was that first time we was learning like the Iron Man shit in Marvel Infinite.
Yeah.
So it was like after that, because I felt like learning like the staircase shit was gonna be impossible. So it was like that game showed me like, yo, stay in training mode longer and learn some shit. And after that, if I ever had a problem, I will go into training mode. If I ever need to work on execution, I'll go into training mode. If anything was an issue, I will go into training mode and find answers and make the dummy do shit. But I do feel like if you're in training mode with somebody, it's easier to process and how to do certain shit because it's like let's just say X could do like let's just say because I can't do perfect electrics all the time to get the dummy to do it all the time. But let's just say X got Kazooie and he's throwing out perfect electrics, and Lee got a 4-4 move, 4-4 move, like for a kick that duck under the
Dude,
electric
I
that
gotta get
kick Kazuya. So I have a move that's evasive towards electrics or whatever. So it's just like if Tekken have online training mode, I could be like, yo, X, which side do you prefer or whatever. And if you
Yeah.
prefer either side, I'm like, all right, you feel like you can throw out electrics multiple times? And be like, yeah. And I'd be like, yo, just keep throwing them out and I gotta try to stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's more essential to me because you have somebody that's willing to stay. Like you'll stay longer in training mode because y'all both can figure out certain shit. And
Big
to
boy.
me,
Real shit.
that's that to me. I could say with me for what Marvel Infinite having online training mode and training with X that time, and for me seeing the time that Juice put in to learn Zayu made me want to be in training mode. But Marvel Infinite was the game, but just seeing what the work Juice was putting in and then being in training mode with X made me want to go
Nope.
to training mode. Made me want to stay in it longer. Made me want to find answers. I never made excuses on. I was never the type of person that make excuses on when somebody beat me, because I feel like if they beat me, they beat me, they outplayed me. But when you find answers to certain shit, it just feels great. So it was just like that reassurance of just finding answers, and it feels great to find answers. And you're like, damn, this shit wasn't safe, or I could have did this, or damn, like I finally learned this combo that I thought would never that I could never be able to learn, or damn, I finally learned how to move really well in a fighting game, and then it translate well in other fighting games, and I'm learning how to pick my spots, so I'm learning how to do this, that, and the third. I learned how to. It's like, to me, like, that's what kept me in the training mode. I don't think it was one set game. It was just seeing the people that I played around, like what they did, how they went into training mode, and just seeing what they did and just being there to experience it with them, being in training mode. That's what made me want to be in training mode. That's what inspired me to go to training mode.
No, I
Sounded
feel you.
so
Cool.
inspirational.
Cool. That's,
No,
that's
I
cool.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was I was watching motherfuckers do crazy combos. That's honestly the truth. And
Yeah.
getting my ass whooped a lot. Get my ass whooped by my brother and like Reek and shit. And just finally like trying to understand shit, like how certain games work. Cause I say this all the time. When I was a kid, Guilty Gear clicked for me like it wasn't nothing. Like any other fighting game didn't click for me. But Guilty Gear and like X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel's Capcom, like the Versus series and anime fighters just clicked for me.
Yeah.
So the way that E said earlier, like he's seen frames because of me, that's how I looked at Guilty Gear. So all I will ever see was just frames every time I play that game. So it was just like I knew what was plus and knew what was negative without me even knowing, because I could see it how it works, how I move, how I do this and that and third. And after a while, it was just like I started trying to apply that to like other video games, like KOF, because KOF 13 was like the game that really had me stay in the training, like stay in the lab like nonstop.
Yeah.
Because watching tournaments of that shit during the time, like when it was out, it made me love KOF, because it was just like, yo, this is some really hard shit, and people are just doing the most outrageous shit. And even like Street Fighter 4, when I got back into it, those are the two games that made me stay in the fucking lab, because it was just so much shit that you can do creatively, and just even some shit that you can drop on purpose to redo some crazy shit into. So it was just like it made me realize that like fighting games had a lot more in-depth shit to it. And I think that's what really made me stay and like really figure shit out. Like the moment I actually learned how to do Guile's Ultra, that
Yeah.
weird ass input was,
Yeah.
and I think Rich was downstairs when I did it. I was in training mode. We was about to play. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, what the fuck type of input is this? And the first time ever using an analog stick, I was like, I gotta use an analog stick for this shit. And charged it, did this weird ass half Z, whatever that dumbass motion is, and just hit the kick, and then just kept getting it ever since. Like it was just like literally sitting there trying to figure out how to do this input and looking at it, and then figuring out that it was the similar shit to Blaze Blue with Hazuma. It was like you charge it half circle forward, and then you go back and then hit down forward and hit the two buttons, or like A or some shit with Hazuma to do his level 3 or whatever.
That's a
And
lot.
it's a lot. It's a crazy ass motion, but that motion is the exact same way you do Giles and Vega's Super and
Oh
in
god.
Street Fighter 4 and shit. His Ultra
Oh
rather.
yeah. Fuck the annoying ass vultures.
Yeah, that motion is fucking crazy. And I'm like, if you could do that quick, after a while, I learned how to do it fast as shit. And I was
Yeah.
just
If you
practicing
can
how to
get
do
that
that
shit
shit.
off, you're OD.
Yeah, UOD.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the whole point of me going into training, was to learn how to do basic shit that led into me learning how to do other shit. It was
Yeah.
like learning how to do DPs, learning how to look at like how inputs look, learning how to look at how this particular thing look. How do you do this? And then going back to another game that I know how to play and be like, this is a DP motion, and then look at it like, is this the same? And then be like, oh, it is, like how the KOF and shit. And I looked at KOF and I'm like, what type of motion is this? It's forward, down, quarter circle shit. I'm like, oh, it doesn't do the DP joint. I'm like, I don't want to do the same Street Fighter. I turned KOF off, went straight to Street Fighter, did the same thing in training, and I was like, oh, that is a DP motion. Ever since then, I learned how to do it and just kept doing it ever since. So it was just like, it was figuring out the moments of like little shit during training mode that made me stay in there. And
Yeah.
it's just from that point on, because it's like I literally had to train myself how to do all this shit. Because
Yeah.
Rich was always at
Funny.
work, and it was just literally just either watching people do crazy shit and wanting to learn how to do the crazy shit. Like watching death videos to me is literally the reason why I like fighting games. It's because of the crazy shit you can do that once you figure out how to manipulate a game in a way. Yeah, you may not be able to do some of that shit in game, but if you could do that shit straight off the rip and how much execution it take and so much shit that you really gotta know about a game, it shows that at some point of a level you know a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just like you put in the time, you put in effort. Yeah, you may not go to tournaments, and yeah, you may just be whatever. But if he really was to play probably seriously, he would be OD because of all the knowledge that he had beyond of the game. You see what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah.
some of that shit don't always correlate neither because you can know a lot of shit but don't really have that the rest of the shit down. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the bad part. So you have to train with everything that's going through getting your ass whooped, wondering why you losing, looking at your old videos, looking at the videos of you winning, trying to figure out how this worked, why this went. Oh, you realize that even though you won this way, you could have did this instead, that you could have beat that instead, and you would have still won. Like you look at other options once you figure out how your game works. So you really, it's important. Like it's really fucking important. But and then the tools that we have now, people don't look at how much shit that they're like hearing Yipes, hearing them say that they had to fucking wrap a rubber band around a Dreamcast controller just to do certain shit in training mode, and everybody got shit that record shit now and all this other shit, but don't want to use it.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy to me. Like, and it's like, yo, like, be at a point I can't say be grateful, but just be thankful that of the fact that we have shit like this now, where you can see the frame data. You ain't had to get a book to read this shit or look this shit up online. Like, you didn't. It's there already for you. Like. That shit shouldn't be away from the game. Like that shit should be in there already. I shouldn't have to buy that Tekken.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like my whole thing is with that bullshit, it's like that shit should be there to help. It's there to help. And then if you don't understand it, you can run into somebody that may understand frame. But that's why they give you the color thing so you can understand all that shit. But I'm getting off topic. But that's pretty much how my whole training bullshit went, was just jumping in a different game and learning different shit and trying to figure out how certain shit worked. That's what made me stay in there, and it was just doing combos and just learning the movement
Listening
and
you
shit.
say all that shit, I find it funny as shit because technically, I kind of did that with UFC, but I didn't do it in training mode. I did it. I used career mode as my training mode.
That too.
And that's how I learned really how to play the game the way I like to play it.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm such a, that's why I'm the way I am with Palm. When I'm kicking Palm's ass, I try to tell him what he's doing wrong.
Yeah.
It's funny though because it's like with me, I could say like now I can retain shit a little bit faster. Before it took me a while, but then I started noticing that I was retaining shit faster because while he was helping me out, he was like, "Yeah, this motherfucker's taking information and actually really applying it now." It was like, it was wild because he was like, "Yo, he's really." Because I'm learning, he's teaching me, and I'm like, all right, I could do this, I could do that, and I'm learning as I go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I do like what he do that shit, but that's some asshole shit. He's beating your ass. He's like, see, the problem with Palm is that
And then, I'm not even talking to him about what he's
he's not
doing
even
wrong.
talking to me. He's acting like I'm not even there. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can hear you, but it's some funny shit. But I'm just like, all right, cool, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that shit. I definitely could see that you're using, because it's just that you could definitely use UFC like you could use UFC career mode as a way to like train and do different shit.
Bro,
Because
the one
Real
thing
shit.
that translated from all that to me, the one thing that really did translate was my footwork, my
Yeah.
footsies.
yeah,
And that's why I hate fighting him in that, because he know how to play it like a fighting game. But it's not hate to the point where I know where I gotta play him. It's the point where when I start playing footsies, he hated it because now we gotta play fighting games. I'm like, no, come on, yo. Like, I'm just trying to fight. Like, and I'm like, come on, yo. And then that's what makes it dope though, because even though he doesn't play fighting games, he took something from a fighting game and added it into a game that's not really a fighting game.
yeah,
And even though that's literally what fighting is anyway, is spacing and hitting niggas and the science of it, but it's just the fact of in the 2D realm and compared to what UFC and shit is, it's like that shit, it's all the same. Like it's different, but
It's
it's the
the same,
same.
but it's different. The only
Yeah.
difference is you can't go left and right. You can only go front and back.
Back.
yeah. But I could say like in Tekken, like he definitely like super coached me one time. Like definitely told me some shit that had me switch everything up. He's like, "You're becoming too predictable," and I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." He's the reason why I got that far in the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think I would have got that far if he would have never said that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that
And
day,
mind
it
you,
was
that's a tournament that I got swept in. I lost my first fight, didn't even play my losers bracket.
yeah,
But I was only there for the shits and giggles,
yeah.
try to
So it
be
was
support.
yeah. So it was just like it was like damn. Like I was like, all right. Like I'm glad that he told me that. That shit stayed in my mind, and I was like, all right, cool. I gotta play a little unorthodox. So even if I do go for this, if this is my main thing that I'm going for, don't be obvious with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like I do feel like that's why I feel like some people gotta chill out when it comes on to like, oh, like you can't beat me, so why would I listen to you? Don't do that. Because some people are actually great coaches that can tell
Mm-hmm.
you some shit. And if you don't, because I see how some people I told people like if I was to be, let's just say if I was to be that like that, right?
Yeah.
I would have never listened to what E say because I could be like, well, I could beat E. Why would I listen to him? Like, think about
Exactly.
that. If I would have thought that way, I
Man,
would have
mother said
never got.
you can kick my ass, no problem in that
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, and let's just say if I would have thought like that, right? I would have never even
game.
got far because I'd have just look at it
Facts.
like, why would I even listen to him? You know
And
what I'm
Rich is
saying?
like
That's
that
stupid.
too.
Like that shit is stupid. It's like nah, like it's like I'm not thinking that way because people could give you some valuable information, and then not only that, it's some people that's really good at the game. They could be horrible coaches.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I would like that's why it's just like you gotta I don't want to go too off the topic, but it's just like when it comes on to training, there's all different ways that you could train. And then somebody could
Yeah.
definitely be a great coach that's probably not good at the game, but they can see the shit and they understand the shit that you don't,
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
shit that you might not see.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Rich is good at that too. Rich is really good at coaching and shit as well, where he
I'm
can
Yeah.
about to
see
say
shit
nah.
like
Rich has been like Rich knows how to play, and so he
yeah,
knows what he's looking for. But Rich is
facts.
smart as fuck too, where he sees the setups just like I can see the setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's different. See, this is the one thing that I will say is different. There's a difference between being in the fight than watching the fight from the outside in.
Right.
Facts.
Because you can be in the fight, your head is focusing on certain things, so you're
Mm-hmm.
not always going to see the setup. Being as somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's watching from the outside, you can see analyze like see what's going on, and you can try to help them through it type shit.
Yeah.
Like you can point out the things that they're missing, and that should have changed the whole fight.
Yeah.
Real shit.
But yeah,
No,
Juice,
But
shit.
what made you wanna go into training mode, or what game made you like be like I gotta hit training mode?
Well, you see, I ain't gonna lie. I always go back to this. I feel like I can't forget where I come from. But when I started playing fighting games, I had nobody to play with but myself. So
Yeah.
eventually, I would like in most fighting games. Eventually, when I got bored of playing arcade mode or some shit, or I would go try to go to training mode if it had it. You feel what I'm saying? I would just fuck around. But the moment for me it was a moment, and like in this moment I knew for the rest because all right, I want to say something too. Crash. For, all right, in this moment, I knew like this is like a fundamental thing. Like you feel what I'm saying? My crash, we all got like a crash. We all got a crash course fighting game, like that fighting game that we really started picking stuff and really understanding things as you was going, or like
Yeah.
games just playing
yeah,
through. For me,
Yeah.
that was Marvel 3, but Marvel
Yeah.
Ultimate Marvel 3. But all right, I always tell the story a lot, but it's some real shit. So I had a home. It was me, my cousin Mike, and it was a person we was cool with named Kayvon. We used to play Marvel. We used to play all the, we used to play Marvel 3 all the time, right? And like I ain't gonna lie, me and my cousin we started getting good. Like you feel what I'm saying? He wound up finding this OD ass team online and shit, and abandoned the team he was playing with, and he felt it was Wesker, Hawk, and Taskmaster, right? The
Mm.
team was fucking broken. Like in that moment, cause like I ain't gonna lie, I was practicing. Like it's kind of like something when you look back and like that's when I realized like damn, like that's when I really started. That's when I really took training serious. I didn't like I used to play around and figure shit out, but like my intentions now was like using it and utilizing it. It was in Marvel 3, cause like I ain't gonna lie, like I started learning OT. I tried like before, because we started getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like really really hitting training mode. Like I was learning how to OTGs, all that shit. Like I was like, and it's to the point where I wasn't even just trying to like, I wasn't just trying to figure out with my team. I was just trying to find out like all the characters how they do it, just the inner workings of how the mechanic functions and shit like that. And
Yeah.
like it was in that moment, like it was like just realized, just looking back at that, it was like damn, like for me, like it was Marvel 3, like, but I felt like that was like my crash course, my crash course, not crash test, but I say crash course, because it's like that's the, like, it's the game when you really start learning about fighting, like about what it is to play fighting games and everything that comes in, like, like, or like for some people it might be Tekken 7, because for a lot of people that's when that's when you understand like frames really do play a, they're important, but they're not as important as everybody like the pedestal we put it on, but it is important, like, you feel what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like for me it was definitely like
That
Marvel
that
3.
yeah, frames no matter what have to be a common knowledge in fighting games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately,
I
that's
can't run
something.
from it.
That's
Like
something
I
that I
try,
do
but
accept.
it's like you ain't get
Mm,
that far. I hate that shit though. Like it's like I get it. Frames. It's kind of like you know what? I look at frames like how I used to be in math class, cause like I've always been good with math, and like sometimes I can look at the answer. I can look at the problem and figure the answer out. But and then
Mm.
like I was that type of person,
the
so
explanation
yeah, so the teacher, yeah,
that
you
used to
gotta you
be a
gotta explain,
problem.
but it's like I can't. I just know
mm,
that's what it is. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I can just look at it, like after figuring it out in my head, I can do the math, but sometimes I couldn't always just do it in paper. But like I was right, and it's just to piss me off, cause like damn, like I like I'm right, but you won't give me the credit because I can't show you how I got it. But I'm literally telling you this is what it is. Like that's how I see. That's how I look at frame data. Like
but
Real
to me,
shit.
but I will say this, like that's why that's part of the reason why I love Third Strike, because frames matter in that game, but it doesn't because you can negate it with a parry. You
yeah,
can punish, like, so it's kind of like, but sometimes it does, because even if you do parry, like maybe that
You got
move
it.
might.
It's all about timing, baby.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I like that game, because the game can negate that game can negate frames because you can parry and interrupt in a certain way. So it's just like, but at the same time, you got to know the frame on how to parry too. Which you compare, it's like it negates it, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's weird.
Nah, real shit.
So it's like, so to me, it's like I hate frames, but I had to learn to accept frames, because it's like you have, if once you get to a certain level, as far as like how serious you take the game, you have to learn it.
Nah,
It
real shit.
it becomes a priority. It's not even something that you gotta. It's not even something that you
Yeah,
have.
no, no, you have to
To
learn it.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like.
That's why I'm glad I don't play fighting games like that. I have to learn it.
Yeah. So,
No.
but yeah, that's pretty much what got all of us in the training mode. I love training mode now. Before, I used to hate that shit. I used to be like fuck training mode, but
So
now I enjoy it because there's so much shit you could discover in training mode. Now I could be in training mode for hours. Before, I had the patience for that shit. I hated, like, the longest that I could be in training mode was maybe like 15 minutes. Now I could be in training
right
mode for
there
like
with you.
yeah, I could be in training mode for like 2-3 hours now. You know what I'm saying? And like people see me do it, like, and I don't give a fuck. Like some people be like, "Damn, that you about to really work on movement for an hour in a second? This shit about to be boring." I was like, "Well, I'm about to play some music, and I'm about to work on movement and second." Or
Facts.
Yeah, for real.
you really trying to figure out this infinite, and you really about to try to figure out this infinite in X-Men versus Street Fighter? Yup. And I'm probably gonna play this shit for 2 hours and try to figure this shit out.
Real
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? So
Oh,
it's just like, I
well,
can say the best shit was that Chaos Code shit with Bravo though. When I figured that shit out, I was like, "Ooh, this shit is dope." This shit was OD, man.
mm,
Nah, real shit.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
there you go.
But
Nah,
this
that
is
was great. That was great.
this is
yeah.
the end of episode 9, and
Mm.
I don't know. One day I'm eventually come up with a little ending thing, but until then,
There we go.
peace.
Mm-hmm.
Deuces.
Boom, 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 boom.
Griselda,
Lord have
nigga.
mercy.